Out in Sector Bubba 9, past the Cracker Barrel Nebula, we're cruising through the stars in a rusted Winnebago. Good cards on the porch, wearing flip-flops and Crocs, sipping T-Sweet, iced out his warp safe mason jar.
How do you wear flip-flops and Crocs?
While lighting his pipe, Riker shirts off, grilling ribs with hype. Wesley runs up, tripwire on his foot. We laugh as he trips and lands face first and sud. Beam me up, there's gators in the nacelles. We got Borgs in the barn and tribbles in the wells. We're redneck trekkers, just warping with pride, with a trailer park, starship, and a possum inside. Warp speed, y'all, get it! Worth chugging moonshine, wrestling a raccoon, calls it a glorious hunt under the redneck moon. Troy's reading minds at the poker shack, says y'all feeling shame, and we say yeah, but it's fine with Jack. Data's playing banjo, trying to feel the groove. Emotion chip failed, but he's still busting moves. Dr. Crusher's run 'em backwoods clinic, cure space scurvy with gravy and a biscuit. He'll set lasers to fried with that chicken on stun. O'Brien's got the grill and Jordy's fixing the fun. Q shows up drunk in a camouflage hat, turns a moonshine jug into a warp capacitator vat. Redneck track ain't holding back. Yours got a shotgun posted at the still. Security alert, some Klingons on the hill. Them boys show up, but they ain't looking for war. They just want cornbread and a jam with the boys next door.
This is a cool song. After Jay, after my thing, then we'll start, okay? After my promo.
Yep, I got you. That's good. That's good cue.
Wesley's inventing a war-powered lawnmower. It explodes again. That boy's a shower, not a goer. Picard hollers, make it done. Number one. Riker moonwalks barefoot, yelling, "This is fun." Troy's reading Picard, says you're anxious and tense. He says I'm in a trailer surrounded by nonsense, but he sips that T-Sweet iced and cracks a grin. Says let's boldly go, y'all, again and again. Tractor beams and denim dreams, warping past them fancy Starfleet schemes. It's the next redneckeration. Grab your jug and sing, where redneck logic outdrinks the captain's bling. It's the next redneckeration, a blundering sensation. Yeehaw!
losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's start this conversation. Let's start this conversation. We got no relation. I have come before losing my control.
Welcome to Don't Whistle at Night podcast, where Navajo legends echo in the shadows. Darren and Dawn will guide you through the sacred fire of Native storytelling, where the old stories breathe, the unknown walks among us, and voices, long hidden, rise to be heard. And remember, don't whistle at night.
Hey, good evening, everybody.
Hey.
Go ahead. I'll let you do the intro, Jay. Go ahead.
Oh, well, welcome everyone to the chat. Thank you, Sean, for showing up. We are a little late, not too much, but just a little. Joe is still in Los Angeles. Maybe pop in, maybe not. He's busy. But we shall see. Why does the background, it keeps switching the scheme. I wanted to show the background. There we go. Currently, that's going on.
That's what happens when you do the background. It stays like that, and then your pictures are when you have it normal.
When we did the promos, it went back to this.
Yeah.
We want to do that for a while. So, let's get into it. What you just got out of work, so I don't know what you've heard yet, but it didn't seem like there was a lot going on with the ceasefire. It seems like it's holding. But I think they have now 36 hours, maybe 30 hours left on the ceasefire to open up the strait, which has not happened yet.
Okay. I don't know. We'll see what happens in 30
that's the
hours.
shaky ground that I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, it's still crooked because now, what I did hear briefly was something of the order that the two destroyers, not frigates, destroyers, were out there trying to see if they could sweep for mines, which is weird because that's usually not a role for a destroyer, but they could probably take, 7 or 8, maybe 10 mine hits before they were in jeopardy of sinking.
I don't know. Maybe they don't have maybe actually what they use is minesweepers, and
I know that's what I'm saying. They're using 2 destroyers right now, so they must not have deployed any. I would have.
And what's cool about the minesweepers? They don't have a metal bow. Okay.
Yeah, they're fiberglass. They're made in Savannah, Georgia.
They're also wooden too.
I know the one that's made in Savannah, Georgia. It's a fiberglass plant, and it's like they take like a sheet of like gray, nondescript, plastic, and they put it over a form and kind of like vacuum form the hull, and then boom, they slap equipment on it, like plastic blades and all other kinds of stuff that aren't going to attract magnetics.
Right, exactly. But the ones that I was in the Navy when I was at the weapons station down in Charleston, they
Hmm.
had two minesweepers down there, and they were made out of wood.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, that won't attract any magnetic stuff either. But
No,
uh,
they're small
still, you
ships
bump
too.
into them and they still go kaplooey. so, but I think the problem is with also they're not very big, are they? Especially the
Well,
fiberglass. They're not. They probably couldn't make the trek across. They'd have to be put on another larger vessel and then launched in theater.
yeah. What is it? The LHs that carry the Marines and the tanks and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
LHA would have to do it.
Yeah, that's why they're probably using the destroyers. The
Yeah, see,
United States
I don't
Navy
know why he
doesn't have
wouldn't have
no
done
more
that.
frigates no
That
more.
they obviously had already put in a package for uh, airstrikes on taking out minesweepers on the island of Karga. They had that package ready to go because it was one of the first things that happened. Why didn't you bring minesweepers? I think that's
Ah,
either
I
on
don't
the
know
Joint Chiefs
who are
didn't
minesweepers
advise
or
trumping
Iran's
up on that or
minesweepers.
what. What now?
But like you said, you figure if you get an LHA or LHP, whatever the hell they are called, them ships are too damn big to go through the strait anyway to get them on,
Well, that's okay.
especially during when there
The
wasn't a
minesweeper's small enough. All you got to
ceasefire.
do is get it in theater and then launch it off the LHA with either a helicopter or if it's a landing craft, you could probably get into shallower water and just like let it slide off the bow or off the tail fin somehow. Um,
Yeah, but
but
also
yeah,
there's no weapons on board
the
that.
logistics of getting it off the boat.
Well, I'm sure they have that figured out. Um, the logistics is that if they did say like take them out of off with a helicopter or something, they're sitting ducks up in the air. You know what I mean?
Well, but I think also we have air superiority. It doesn't mean we're immune, okay, but we're also naval superior. So there's nothing. If they surrounded the LHA while it launched one or two or three, they could probably carry three full size minesweepers on each LHA comfortably. Then they'd have to launch their helicopter, cable it up, and drop it into the water. And it would probably
Right,
take about 15 minutes for each one to be dropped off
right.
once the helicopter's up in the air and the cables are down.
But my fear would be, with them for that so-called 15 minutes in the air. Look how them three F-15s came down at the beginning of the war. Um,
Being surrounded by a couple of destroyers and an umbrella of protective firepower from F-18s and other assets in the area, I think they would be okay to launch that. Now, if they launch them inside the strait or inside the Gulf itself, yeah, then they would be in jeopardy. But out in the ocean, surrounded by our navy, I think they would be just okay, and they would probably be they're probably big enough and strong enough to survive that level of ocean long enough just to get into the strait where it's more shallow,
right.
and
That's
that's where they
very
need to
close.
be. They're
Hmm.
not going to help us right now. I think their main port of call is down in Georgia somewhere,
Huh. I didn't know.
like
Let
right
me
off
let me
not at
Google
Kings
that.
Bay, but nearby it. You know what I mean?
Let
Kings
me
Bay is one
Google
of the
that.
Seawolf hubs.
Let me Google that for a minute here.
All right,
Where is the Minesweepers built?
Slovana, Georgia.
Hmm.
They might say Garden
Um,
City. Garden City is right next door.
okay, let me see. I screwed it up. I'll figure it out
Uh
later. Let me put it built. Let's try that. Um, doesn't say.
Hey
It
Google,
doesn't.
where does the U.S. Navy build its minesweepers?
Historically, the U.S. Navy's Avenger-class minesweepers were built by two shipyards, Peterson Shipbuilders in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, and Marinette Marine in Marinette, Wisconsin. However, the Navy is transitioning away from those dedicated minesweepers to using littoral combat ships, or LCS, which are fitted with minesweeping and mine hunting equipment. Do you want to know which shipyards build the LCS ships?
No. Okay, so they no longer build the ships. But I know that there was a shipyard in, it was either Garden City or might even be Pooler, one of the suburbs of Savannah, that got the contract to build the fiberglass hulls. And they just built the hulls. They didn't put anything else on it. They just built the hulls and they delivered them to the Navy, which put the equipment on it. And it was
But
in the mid '90s, I think, and they got the contract to make those minesweeper hulls.
right.
But it seems that they're now using destroyers and frigate class, actual combat ships with minesweeping capabilities to look for these things. So that's good.
Here,
The minesweeper, if a minesweeper does actually trigger one off, it will. I mean, the whole ship is gone, even the crew. Now, a destroyer, yeah, it's going to take some hull damage, but one mine, 5 mines probably won't sink it. Probably take it out of commission for a couple of weeks, but it's not going to kill it.
hey, Heidi, good to see you. Now, the Avenger class, the MCM, built between 1982 and 1994. These are 14 220-foot ships used by the United States Navy, featuring wooden hulls and advanced sonar to locate and destroy mines.
Yeah.
The aggressive class, the MSO, is 101 wooden hull vessels built for the U.S. Navy to combat magnetic mines, with only one, the USS Lucid, remaining in the U.S.
Oh, you see that, Sean? She says the UPRN channel isn't live.
It is not
How do we
live.
change it?
Which
How do we
one?
change that? The UPRN one. How do you change that?
Here, I'll figure it out. Okay, which one do we
Okay.
got here?
Okie doke.
No,
Thanks,
no,
Heidi.
no, it's on. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
It's on YouTube. See what we got here. Paranormal Radio. Yeah, that's good.
Are the Rumble ones working? Can you check the Rumble ones, Heidi?
The one Rumble's gone.
What? Really?
Roku.
Let me pop
I'm
in there
sorry.
real quick.
Roku.
I don't know how to check the Roku one. But I have access to the 2 Rumbles.
UFO, the chat, the one Rumble's working.
Let's see, go live.
Jojo Mon 1, the chat, you are live.
Okay, we
So
are
that
live
one's
on JoJomon, definitely.
And you're
No, wait, I'm sorry.
live.
That's UFO Paranormal.
Then you're on the UFO, the chat. If
Yeah,
you go up
it's
to
on.
all them little circles on top, right, Jay? Okay.
Yeah.
Hit the arrows, dude. Hit the arrows. And they'll show you what's on.
On which screen do I look at those arrows?
Top on right now. The top. Okay, so go up to your first one and put it right across the check mark, okay?
I'm not sure. I follow you. I'm looking at the studio page right now where I can see both of us on camera.
Yeah. So there should be 8 little circles on top.
I don't. Oh yeah. Okay, those guys.
Yeah, those.
Yes.
Okay, so what you do is you go and you take your cursor and you put it over the check mark. You're going to see a down arrow.
Yeah.
Now hit that down arrow.
Okay, and it says live. I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only one that isn't live is the Roku one. Okay, it's live. I had to close out and come back.
It always goes out on me, so I don't know what's going on with Roku. I can't even look at the Roku stuff we do on my Roku. It won't come up.
Right.
So, but
yeah,
live everywhere else.
Yeah.
So all right.
But back to it, the minesweepers are like wooden bottom ones, man.
Well, but I know that in 90, so you said till 94, so it probably was 94, 95 is when this contract they started making them in Garden City, Pooler, or Savannah, the minesweepers.
We're minesweepers now, in the United States Navy, are they made of, what is it?
Fiberglass.
The U.S. Navy is phasing out its Avenger-class minesweepers by April 2026. These ships, which are being replaced by littoral combat ships, are primarily made of wood, covered with glass-reinforced plastic, to avoid detection by magnetic mines.
Yeah, the vessels are primarily constructed with wood covered in glass reinforced plastic.
Fiberglass.
Is that what that is? I don't know.
So here we go. I got this. So this is Wikipedia. I know, boo hiss, but it's one of the best free encyclopedias. It may have its issues, but whatever. The Avenger-class mine countermeasure ships are a class of 14 ships constructed for the Navy from 87 to 94. This is still not the ones I'm thinking of. Where were they built?
They're phasing out.
Yeah, that much I figured earlier. Where were they built?
Wisconsin.
I'm still looking. Yeah, I think so. Peterson Shipbuilders, Wisconsin. Yeah. Oh, some are built in Sasebo, Japan. Oh, home port is Sasebo, Japan. Wow.
Yep.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in Japan.
Yeah.
Proposed for 2027. Weird.
But the minesweepers are like, they're so small. I don't know how they sleep in there. I think there's like 2 racks in there, 2 or 3 racks. I don't know, but they're awful small. That's the best duty in the world, man.
Racks for you landlubbers is a place to sleep.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right.
And if you're on a ship, especially a Navy ship, and you have to go to the bathroom, don't ask for the bathroom, ask for the head. Point me to the head, please.
Yeah, and there's
also,
a lot of
don't
stuff.
you have to? And isn't it? Don't you also have to always go backwards down all the staircases?
No.
No. The vertical ladders is always backward. You always go back down. You don't go forward down, though. Yes.
You have to go down. You can go up and down, dude.
Okay.
Backwards, yeah. When you're going downwards and it's straight, yeah. But most of the ladders on the ship are like this.
It's probably a Hollywood thing that I saw, because Hollywood doesn't always get it right.
Oh no, not at all, dude. No, Hollywood don't get it right. And then
no, they sure do. I forgot to send out a bunch of invites. Have you spoken to Leah? You know if she's got the kid this weekend or no?
I don't know. I don't talk to Leah. I don't talk to nobody.
She gets the kid, I think, pretty frequently now on the weekend, so I don't think she's available so much. But I have sent out invites in the past.
Yeah, no, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff you have to know in the Navy. I mean, it's like really crazy. My brother's good at it. I don't remember the shit. The where I worked at was called not the kitchen, but it was called the galley.
Yeah, the galley.
The stuff at supposedly Kool-Aid was actually called bug juice.
Yes,
and that
we called Kool-Aid bug juice back when we were kids too. Any kind of red or colored juice was bug juice. It didn't have to be Kool-Aid.
Well, I never heard of it until I got into the Navy. But I will tell you about
you grew up in Pennsylvania?
Yep.
See, I grew up in Maryland, and my cousins are in Ohio in Youngstown. How far is Youngstown from you? Like 20 minutes, 30 minutes?
Oh no, about 45 minutes.
45 minutes? Okay, my cousins and we all knew that phrase, so that's weird that it skipped you.
Yeah, yeah, kind of weird, but I will tell you this about the bug juice. It can clean a grill. No lie.
Yeah.
That's how we used to clean grills, man, with bug juice. Heat them up, put the bug juice on the grill, and then throw hot water and scrub, and it come clean.
Yeah, I think that's the sugars doing that. But have you seen, there's a video on probably YouTube, and I don't know what it's called, but I saw it, and I believe it's a police officer who first describes why he carries a 2-liter bottle of either Mr. Pibb, Dr. Pepper, or Coca-Cola. But after he describes why he carries the bottle of 2-liter soda, he then proceeds to remove the chrome from the trailer hitch on his pickup truck. It takes him about an hour and a half, I think. But using Coca-Cola and just a like a bar rag, just powers the chrome right off it to straight back down to bare metal. I swear to God.
I bet.
You ever seen that?
Yeah, I have. Heidi,
Oh my God!
drive
Did people
safely.
drink this stuff? Put it in their system. I stopped drinking when I saw it. I was like, oh, that's it, cold turkey. We're done.
Well, no. I remember I saw something else on YouTube where they got one of them. What the hell is it called? Some kind of energy drink, and they literally started boiling it, and and they just let it burn, and it was like so much sugar on the bottom of the pan, man. It was unbelievable.
Let's see what happens. Let's see if I can find something.
This stuff kills you, man.
Yeah, I know. I don't drink those energy drinks.
No, that will kill you.
All right. So, oh gosh, I see what you mean. Okay.
I mean,
this is a Monster Energy drink, I think.
Yeah.
Let's go to it. Bloop. Oh. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I can start it over, but we can start in the middle and it'll automatically replay. I mean, that's, wow. How did you hear about that? The boiling of an energy drink.
I saw it on YouTube.
Oh, you just saw it? No one told you about
it?
No,
it was a while back.
Oh, I
see.
It
was a while back.
Is there a way to make you full screen? God, I wish there was. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Poured onto a hot spoon, the liquid doesn't immediately start boiling.
It over again. Boink, boink.
Have you ever wondered what would happen if you boiled Monster Energy dry?
Can you hear
When
it?
energy drink is poured onto a hot spoon, the liquid doesn't immediately start boiling. Instead, it gathers into a rounded droplet that rapidly spins across the metal surface, forming a strange, constantly vibrating shape that looks like a UFO. As the liquid heats up, the water gradually evaporates and the concentration of dissolved substances, mainly sugars, taurine, etc., continues to increase. The liquid transitions from thin to viscous, while its color changes from light yellow to deep brown, and caramelization begins to occur. At the same time, because the drink contains amino acids such as taurine and sugars, the Maillard reaction also takes place, producing a rich, roasted aroma. Finally, under high temperatures, the organic substances undergo dehydration, carbonization, and combustion. The gases produced become trapped within the extremely thick, sticky material, causing it to puff up into a porous, foam-like structure, leaving behind a sponge-like black carbon skeleton. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you boiled Monster Energy dry?
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I won't drink the Monster drink.
Wow. Well, and they for a while they were selling this stuff in the bars. This is Monster. I don't know if they were doing it with Monster, but the big one, Red Bull, they were selling it in the bars with vodka and gin and making different mixed drinks, and sometimes some high powered, like a high powered drink would be like a Long Island iced tea, which contains one shot of 7 different liquors, including tequila and 151% rum, or 151 proof rum, which is like 80, 90 proof. It's pretty strong stuff. But people were having heart attacks.
Yeah.
So in most places they banned it.
And Heidi says that she used to drink those all the time.
I
never did like them. I never did like them. Now the only really quick, if I want an energy drink, is that I drink a Mountain Dew, and that puts me out there somewhere.
Mountain Dew is one of the highest caffeine content sodas on the market, and I think it's equivalent to 2 cups of coffee in one 20-ounce Mountain Dew, just the regular green one, by the way. And Heidi, I saw that video of the policeman And again, he tells you a reason that he brings 1 or 2 liters of soda with him on his police cruiser. But he actually cleans a chrome trailer hitch, a brand new chrome trailer hitch, down to bare metal with just soda and a regular towel. And the reason this officer carries the soda in his cruiser for when he finds bloodstains on the highway. It's the only thing that removes it from the pavement. And that's whether it's like a deer that's been hit or there's been a fatal car wreck. They use that usually to loosen the thick, viscous blood from the concrete.
Never knew that.
Yeah. It's not because they're caffeine addicts. It's because you think oil is bad on a roadway. Think about this. When cars drive, oftentimes on the highways, they'll drip all kinds of lubricants and oils and gasoline and other slippery liquids. And it sticks to the highway because the highway's made out of the same kind of fossil fuels, but just in a different, like tars and so on. And then when it rains, particularly within the first 15 to 20 minutes of any rainstorm, no matter how heavy, all that oil and stuff rises to the top and makes the road slick. That's why people slide and crash in the rainstorm. After
Right.
about 20 minutes, that stuff washes off. But blood stays a little longer because it's heavier. It's made out of iron. It's got it's one of the heaviest metals on it, so it stays below the oil and it stays on the highway a little longer, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. So they really need to clean that stuff off, especially if there was a multiple car fatal accident with multiple dead bodies all over the place. Imagine 16, 18, 19 pints of permanent oil on the highway. Imagine the car accidents after that. So there's only one way to clean it off, and Coke is one of the fastest ways to do it.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That seems pretty interesting.
Gross
I know.
Yeah, but that's it.
Yeah, Coke takes off battery acid.
Yeah, so it'll do that too.
Coke's
Yeah.
powerful, man. That's why I don't drink Coke.
Yeah,
I don't
I
drink
saw that video
Pepsi.
and I immediately
I
stopped
don't-
drinking soda. It was like cold turkey.
Yeah, and I don't do none of that. The only thing I drink is iced tea, unsweetened. It's the only thing I drink. I don't like it, and I kind of figure out why. It's really weird. My body's weird because if I drink caffeinated stuff like coffee or iced tea before I go to bed, I fall asleep easily. Now, if I drink decaf tea or decaf coffee, I'm up all night. I got the jitters.
Yeah, I just drank my first cup of coffee in a long while. And it was an extra large. So I got a little bit of the jitters because I put 12 sugars in it too. But on
12
top of that-
sugars.
Yeah, well,
Holy
it was a huge cup. I didn't know how much to put in. I was just gauging it. I don't dislike bitter coffee, but if I can unbitter it, I got to find the right amount. So, I think 12, maybe it was 14.
14 sugars. I'd be in the hospital, dude.
Might have been 16. I don't, but yeah, I might have to cut it down to like 12 or 10.
Wow. I put milk in my
And look,
coffee.
the coffee's just there for color and a little bit of caffeine. That's all it's in there for.
Oh, no.
Otherwise, it would just be straight warm sugar.
I
water.
mix mine with milk. That's how I do it.
There was milk in that too. Yeah, I don't drink. Yeah. Do you remember Airplane? The movie Airplane.
Yeah.
The little boy and the little girl that they're flying together. The stewardess comes by and asks the little girl, "How do you like your coffee?" And she goes, "Like I take my men, hot,
Mhm.
strong, and black." And the little boy is like, "What the fuck?"
that was a good movie, man.
Hands down, one of the funniest. It's a sight gag joke that's one of the funniest on the planet.
Well, I'm glad you made it home, Heidi, nice and safe. I'm
Yeah,
glad
thanks.
you made it home.
Awesome.
Yes, he made it home. Yeah. So I'm happy she made it home.
We can get that stupid video out of there.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Why was that still up there?
What?
No.
Nothing's up.
I'm looking on some books on current U.S. Navy hardware, particularly weapons. And there's only a few things here on the Amazonian website. There's Jane's Guide to Guns Recognition recognition handbook, military helicopters, tanks, and combat vehicles. But no, like infantry weapons, combat fleets of the world, that might have weapons in it, but that's only for 1993, and it's like thicker than the Bible.
Huh. That's crazy.
I thought she had books like all kinds of, like there were like these, all of these have different colored covers, but she used to have like these, I don't know if they were regular standard size hardbacks, but they were hardback, navy blue. I don't know if it was a denim or a fabric cover, or if it was a a paper or cardboard cover, but there were hundreds of them. They had one was on like U.S. ships, Russian ships, U.S. airplanes, Russian airplanes, etc. Missiles, any kind of thing we had in the arsenal. I believe that there was a Jane's guidebook on it, at least for what was not top secretly put out for the general public to consume. But they don't seem to really exist anymore. Let me try just a Google search. Maybe that'll bring something up.
But back to the ship. When I was a cook, we pulled into Australia, and it was so rough. The seas are so rough down there that we had to go and anchor out and go in the next day. And my job was the omelet maker. And it's funny. I'd go try to make an omelet, and it's like the whole egg would go across the grill. It was
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I had to time it right. And so I said, the hell with this shit. What I did was whatever they wanted in their omelet, I just made it into scrambled eggs because there was no way. And the shit we got from Australia, we had to take on.
If you were at port, maybe you could do it, right? But on the ocean,
port,
there's no
but
way.
not. Yeah. It's too rough down there in Australia. The waters are too rough. And
the water goes the other direction in the toilet when you go to the bathroom there in Australia.
I don't have a clue. I never even saw it, dude.
Really? Wow.
No, I wasn't paying attention to toilet water. No.
Here's a neat book. Encyclopedia of Modern U.S. Military Weapons by Timothy Lauer and Timothy Lauer. Wow. He co-wrote himself. That's incredible. How do you do that?
I don't know.
I'm going to co-wrote or ghostwrite myself.
I don't have a clue, dude. I would not know how to do that.
That's strange. Okay, so they don't have a picture of the back, so I can't read what this thing is about. You have a description there, guys? It's $7 for the hardcover, though. But what years does it cover? That's what I want to know.
Not really big into weapons. That's why I learned all about my weapons from you and Joe.
Like I said, I wish I knew a little bit more. Here's an encyclopedia of modern military weapons. Again, only one photo. Not helpful. No description. What kind of a website hasn't any description of what they're selling? 1945 to present day. Yeah, what's present day? When was this thing published? Please. Terrible website here. It's $10 though.
You buy it then.
Anyway, that's something I'm gonna have to keep searching for. I'm familiar with the stuff we had in the '80s, particularly on the our naval stuff. And the only reason why I was interested in it was my dad was he did Navy top secret work with the Navy for 45, 50 years. He started doing it in the 50s with EG and not EG. Is it EG&G? Yeah, with EG&G. They were the guys who built the initial facilities at Area 51. And after that, when he left that company, he started his own and contracted out to the Navy doing the same kind of work. And did it all the way through the 90s. So that's a long time. That's over 40 years. So I was interested in Navy weapons and Navy tactics and hardware because my dad was standing on this stuff. I'm like, what if, somebody decides to come after our Navy? Are they going to be able to stop it? And yeah, we can. We have some. Told you about the other night the Sea Lance and the Harpoon torpedo launched attack missiles. They're fantastic multimedia weapons. They're either a torpedo first and then a missile next, and one can become a torpedo again, and the other becomes a missile, and just whammo! Who thinks of this stuff?
People who watch Star Trek.
There's a group of guys at the Pentagon somewhere who come up with these weapon ideas, and I would really like to know our current arsenal of. Hey Google, how would I find out what the current arsenal of U.S. Navy weapons is?
Finding the complete current arsenal can be a big task since it changes all the time, but you can get a great overview by looking for official U.S. Navy and Department of Defense publications and fact sheets. In general, the arsenal includes things like the Mark 45 5-inch gun, the Phalanx Close-In Weapon System, CIWS, for defense, and various missiles like the Standard Missile, SM-2, SM-3, SM-6, Tomahawk, and Harpoon. The Navy is also working on new systems like the Hypersonic Conventional Prompt Strike, CPS, and a new electromagnetic railgun. Would you like to hear more about any of those specific weapon systems?
No, Google, stop.
Hey, Kara. Good to see you.
Hey, Kara. That's cool. They still use the Harpoon.
That was back when I was in the service, dude. And that was back in '81.
They came out in the '80s, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's good that Kara popped in.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I don't know. All I was concerned about when I was in the Navy was feeding 2,500 men. That was my concern. My weapon was my spatula. You cross me, man, you get whacked with the spatula. Yes, you did. Yes, or you got a fork stuck in you by, you know what I mean.
only when they were done.
Yeah, no, on the carrier they have two different types of galleys.
Yeah.
You know, they have
officer mess and enlisted mess.
No. There's like 4 or 5 of them. But the ones for the enlisted, they got the one that's up forward is like where you can eat like regular good meals, and the one back aft is the one for hamburgers, hot dogs, french fries, and cheeseburgers and stuff like that.
Oh, that's where I'd be half the time.
And
where do you get tacos? Same place where the hamburgers and hot dogs are?
Yeah, you can get tacos there. Yeah, you always had a good meal waiting for you at the main galley. Yes. We used to cook our vegetables. They used to come in freeze dried. And what we would do is open up a can, okay, and they come in little pucks, and we would put them in a pan and throw them in the steamer, man, and it became green beans, man, and they were like pretty good. Then we had to use powdered eggs. That was something.
Heard about the powdered eggs in the military, yeah.
All you have to do is add milk and sugar, man. You're good to go. Then you had powdered milk.
No, not from what I've heard. You're not. nothing against you. Just every military guy I've ever had a conversation with that mentioned powdered eggs, they're like, there's no comparison. It's like
if you're hungry, you eat them.
Yeah. I've had them, to be honest with you. Then that you really can't tell. They're a little more mushy than regular eggs, but oh well.
And I know when we were in Australia, we had to take on stores. Instead of giving us ground beef, they gave us kangaroo meat. And that was real gristly. That was terrible. And then instead of giving us regular cow milk, okay, they gave us goat's milk.
Okay.
And that was gross.
Yeah.
I don't know where
to
carry
pasteurized, does it? It's probably straight goat's milk too.
But what really got me was the kangaroo meat, man. That shit was terrible. Oh my God.
Well, McDonald's and maybe Wendy's too, I think, got in trouble for using kangaroo meat back in the 80s. Remember that all fiasco?
I thought it was horse meat.
Both, actually.
But the best thing that ever happened to me down in Australia is I got to hold a koala bear.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I fed it a wait.
Eucalyptus.
Yeah, they were like really cold, man. So I had some. We were only in Australia for a couple of days, so we really didn't get the opportunity to go out. But
Right.
but I was one ship I was on. We were in Diego Garcia, and oh my God, the food was good. The food. I mean, if you went on board on off the ship and you'd go to this restaurant, man, and the food was so good, and it was cooked by the people who lived there. I mean, a lot of people think if you go to Thailand or Southeast Asia or wherever that they treat the United States Navy personnel bad. They don't. They treat us like we're royals, really. I mean, I had some good times. I tell you what, I was in Singapore, Jay, and they had ashtrays that were um, hammered into the street light poles. Okay,
Really?
and yeah, and
Wow.
if you get caught throwing a cigarette on the
Right.
ground, it's a $50 fine.
And then they probably like 10 lashings with a cane whip across your
I
ass.
don't know, but Singapore is the cleanest freaking city. It is
Yeah.
so clean, it's unbelievable. Kara says, "LO, I'm so mad. I got my ancestor DNA results today and it shows no Native American. I am sorry to
Mm,
hear that, Kara.
ouch.
I got mine a while back and it started off at 98% Irish and now I'm at what, 85% Irish and 12% Polish, Eastern European,
Wow.
and all kinds of shit. Where my mom um, is 100% Irish,
Oh, wow.
100%. So. So how was your day today, Jay?
A
What you
little
do?
traumatic, but after that, it calmed down a little.
Mm-hmm.
I actually I had ordered some this thing from Amazon that on one side it holds the brush used to apply the shave soap, and on the other side it holds your razor. And the one I got, there's a screw that puts it together from the bottom, and that was missing. So I sent in a return request. The new one came today. I took the screw out of that, repackaged that, and sent it to them today. And while I was at UPS, I sent for $20 almost a um. I will. My friend is a smoker, and he uses these things that he blows his smoke through, so his house doesn't stink. But he uses the tissue, the roll of a toilet paper roll, and
Yeah.
dryer sheets, and it gets all nasty and brown. It's disgusting. He shares with everybody, so I got him that. Those things like $9 or $10, and I sent it to him. But he just told me that he and his fiance are pregnant, and so I sent him a card that says it's a hootie, congratulations. So, but his isn't a football. It's shaped like a cactus because he lives in Arizona.
Right. Hey,
He and I a
Kara,
stinker.
Heidi. I'm going to do something for you, ladies, because we're really pretty close to getting a break in. But what I want to do is
Oh God, I gotta put this up.
I'm going to pull a card for you guys, ladies, and everybody
Oh,
else there who's listening to our show tonight. So, if your ladies are ready, okay, the card that I'm sent up there is the Badger. The Badger. So, if you ladies wouldn't mind Googling the Badger, and you can share it with us in the chat, I would truly appreciate it. To me, the Badger is somebody who's pissed, and that has anger control issues, and
yeah.
they need to
In,
settle
in,
down.
in the words of Mel Brooks, Batchers, we don't need no stinking Batchers.
So, what are you putting up, Jay?
Oh, we've never talked about this, but I would just anyway, looking for the newest weapons manuals, encyclopedias and books.
Oh my God, your name's on it. Doomsday.
Right. Doomsday Torpedoes, live testing of Soviet naval nuclear weapons, 1954 to 1962. Who would have thunk they would be that stupid as to put a nuclear warhead on the tip of a torpedo?
I don't have a clue, buddy. Honestly.
Well, apparently it's a real thing. So the book only $30, but it's paperback. So unless it's a hardback, that'll be a hard pass. That'll
You
be
think?
a hard pass. For me, for right now, that's a hard pass. Plus, it looks like it's probably written by a Russian person. Might even be in Russian.
Really?
Yeah, the drones here. Oh, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to find what I'm looking for on this.
What are you trying to find?
Something on the weapon systems of the modern U.S. Navy. What torpedoes do they use? What missiles on their planes, etc., etc. What's changed from the 80s? What's new? What's old? What's still around? What's been improved? I know they're up to the ADCAP, which ADCAP stands for Added Capacity 52 Mark 52 torpedo.
I'm trying to find. Oh, yeah. Okay. Here, I'm going to send you a song. All right.
Oh, are we at break time? Oh, wow, we are, aren't we?
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to be sending you this song to play.
Oakley Duckley.
Yes, we always have special deals going
No,
on.
what the hell? All right, Jay. Sending it to you. Heidi says, as a spirit animal, it represents the ability to dig deep into the subconscious, face challenges with persistence, and maintain self-reliance, often acting as a protective force that encourages challenges with persistence and maintains self-reliance, often acting as a protective force that encourages fighting for one's beliefs and setting firm boundaries. Interesting. Grounding in introspection, protection, and aggression. Wow. Self-reliance, healing, and wisdom. Thank you for sharing that, Heidi. Now, everybody, we are going on a break. Jay's going to play the song I picked out. And then after the song, I'm going to go and play some more. And I'm going to play some more intros for everybody. So sit back, go have a cigarette, do what you got to do. And Jay, if you want to let the song go, go.
Hang on a second. We got to do. There it is. Hello. And on stage. And see you back in like 5, 10, something.
Something like that.
Target on my back, lone survivor last. They got me in the sights. No surrender, no trigger, fingers go. Living the dangerous life. Hey, 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 every day when I wake, I'm trying to get up, they're knocking me down. Hey, 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 when I need to be saved, you're making me strong, you're making me stand. Shot like a rocket up into the sky, nothing can stop me tonight. You make me feel invincible, earthquake powerful, just like a tidal wave. You make me brave, don't hide, titanium fight song, raise it up like the roar of victory in a stadium. Who can touch me? 'Cause I'm. Who can stop me tonight? You make me feel invincible. I feel it. Invincible. I feel it. Invincible. Here we go again. I will not give in. I've got a reason to fight. Every day we choose, we might win or lose. This is the dangerous life. Hey, 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 every day when I wake, they say that I'm gone, they say that they're gone. Hey, 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 when I need to be saved, the count me out, but this is my round. Shot like a rocket up into the sky, nothing can stop me tonight. You make me feel invincible, earthquake powerful, just like a tidal wave. You make me brave, you're my titanium fight song, raise it up like the roar of victory in a stadium. Who can touch me, 'cause I'm who can stop me tonight? You make me feel invincible. I feel it, invincible. I feel it, invincible. You make me feel invincible. You make me feel invincible. Shot like a rocket up into the sky, not gonna stop. Invincible. Feel invincible. Earthquake powerful, just like a tidal wave. You make me brave. You're my titanium fight song, raise it up like the roar of victory in a stadium. Feel invincible. Earthquake powerful, just like a tidal wave. You make me brave. You're my titanium fight song, raise it up like the roar of victory in a stadium. Who can touch me, 'cause I'm who can stop me tonight? You make me feel invincible. I feel it, invincible. I feel it, invincible.
Meet Niles Cooper. He's the owner of Gurney's. They're a seed company, and they've been selling exclusive varieties.
Two real cryptid legends doing what they do, bringing information for me and you. Ron Moorhead and his Sierra Sounds, Daryl Denton, the Tennessee Bigfoot Man, along with Michelle Desrochers, bring adventures across this land. So much information brought to you each week, actively out there looking as the truth they seek.
everybody. Welcome back to the chat tonight. Me and Jay. Joe's in Los Angeles. He might pop on tonight if he isn't too busy. Remember, you can catch Jay on into the chat and News on the Flip Side, and Friday night Church of Mavis. This Sunday, my shows are on Into the Night or on Sunday night and Tuesday night. My Sunday night show is 2 hours long. We're having a round table tomorrow, 8:10 to 10 p.m.
What are we doing?
We're doing a round table, which means we're going to have some members, some hosts from UPRN come on my show tomorrow, and we're going to have a round table. We're going to talk all kinds of good stuff. And I don't know, I'm like kind of excited about it to at least have some of the hosts on, on the other shows here on mine. I mean, it feels good. I don't know. So what were we talking about before, Jay?
I think the clue is the foggiest clue.
You don't know?
Don't recall. I don't. I think we were talking about Navy weapons again, but I don't know.
Huh. Well, yeah. What? I don't know. Let's do a food porn.
Ooh.
Oh, welcome back, Heidi. Yeah, food porn. This is the food porn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You said
hour.
you did say about that the other night. You wanted to pull out a full segment
on food. What do you think,
yes,
ladies and gents?
Full food porn segment. Wow, try to say that 10 times quickly.
All right, my friend. So tell us, how did your rice go through?
The rice was a little crunchy. I don't know what happened. My steamer has a dent in it. So the last 2 times it was kind of al dente, if you will. I don't think quite all the way steamed through. Maybe I didn't let it sit on it, but I think I did. I don't know. But I also used, there was another type of, it wasn't the Kikkoman brand soy sauce, and it was a little darker. It was almost like dark, like coffee. Instead of like a sort of like a light brown, like Kikkoman kind of cooks out.
Did you mix anything with it?
Well, there was stir fry oil, sesame oil, and peanut oil, along with some pieces of steak and vegetables.
What kind of beef?
The normal stuff you find in a Chinese style beef fried rice.
Oh, that ain't bad. I had cabbage, fried cabbage with sausage tonight.
Ah, that's a typical Irish meal, isn't it?
Yeah, Mom likes it. And it was pretty good, man. We like to cook it in oil, and then we'll dice up the thing. We'll dice up the cabbage really thin, and and we'll just cook it forever.
Huh.
And we also had Johnsonville sausage. We had Johnsonville sausage.
I've heard of it. I'm not a big. I don't care for sausage links, but I do like sausage patties, which is just a much larger link. I mean, but it,
but this was
they're easier to mix with like your eggs or your pancakes. I mean, come on, who doesn't make a little cut off 2 pieces of pancake and sandwich a piece of sausage between it, and then scoop up as much maple syrup as you can get. That's like one of the best breakfast flavors on the planet.
Yeah, but this is like smoked sausage. This isn't breakfast sausage.
Okay, I got you now.
Like kielbasa, you know what I mean?
Yeah, kielbasa, yeah.
Yeah, that is similar to kielbasa, but it's actually
that was one of my
sausage.
dad's things. He liked that kind of stuff: steamed cabbage and sausage, corned beef and cabbage. I didn't care for it.
What is your favorite meal, Jay? What do you like to cook? What do you like to eat?
My favorite meal. So let's segment that. My favorite meal to eat that I didn't cook: tacos, hands down. My favorite meal to cook: pasta bolognese, and that's usually a rotini, the spiral spaghettis with a 3 meat ragu. And then sometimes I switch that up. Instead of the rotinis, I'll put rigatonis, which are like the big tubes. And only because Italian food in America is different than it is in Italy. We tend to be a little saucier. I don't make my but I don't. Spaghetti, string spaghetti is good with meatballs, but not with meat sauce.
What? Why do you say that? I don't know.
Okay, so it doesn't pick up as much meat as the and I've had it. I do it all the time. It's just I find that the rigatonis and the rotinis they tend to pick up more chunks of meat ragu and bolognese than a string does. And I know how to spin the strings and on my fork without using a spoon. But I just find you collect more meat in spirals and rotini and tubes. Rigatoni tubes.
Huh. Well, Heidi says food porn segment. Yes. I've been pondering lately, is Velveeta even the same process? I think it's worse. Although I love cheese, dip in mac and cheese, I get terribly sick from Velveeta. You know what I use it? You know what I use Velveeta cheese for, hon? I use it for trout fishing. That's what I do. I do not like Velveeta cheese at all. It is the grossest of the grossest cheese.
It's pretty nasty. I don't eat any of the processed cheeses anymore. I probably got to stop eating processed cheeses on my cheeseburgers. But what I found out about cheese, particularly from my urologist, is that my kidney stones probably are made from calcium. When we do a more in-depth study, we'll know for sure. And they've got some parts of the stone that I just had an incident with, so maybe they'll know. But he said hard cheeses are okay, and liquid whole milk, and I'll be okay. I won't make so. But it's the soft cheeses, the spreads. I love spreads. There's this country club in Youngstown where my grandparents and cousins and all live, Youngstown Country Club, and I don't know if they still make it, but they used to make this stuff in a huge quart tub. Their Youngstown pub cheese, and it was basically just cheddar cheese mixed in with horseradish, and it's very pungent. But you just spread it on crackers, Triscuits and whatnots. But those kind of cheese things, wine cheese, smooth spreadable wine cheeses are bad for people who make kidney stones. So I'm going to try to start avoiding those, even though they're, a nice smooth port wine cheese that you can spread on a Triscuit is mixed with a port or a wine or a nice liquor is very, very, it's delicious. I love cheese.
I like cheese too, any kind of cheese. I like cheese on everything.
You ever done you go to the store and you buy a nice big hard Longhorn cheddar cheese or a Colby cheese, nice big 1 pound block, and then you just cut 50 slices and down an entire box of Triscuits with it. I've done that for dinner before.
Oh, really? I'm not really a cheese and crackers type of dude. Maybe the Lance cheese and crackers I can handle, but I don't know. It's just too much freaking work, dude. You're hungry and you want some cheese and you gotta cut them suckers down. You know what I mean?
I have an excellent cheese knife and I have excellent cheese
hey,
knife
Mark,
skills.
Eddie, good to see you.
Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. The time it takes me to cut a block of cheese, what I do is I open it and I take whatever cracker I'm using and I measure it and I make the block I'm going to cut that wide and make sure that it matches up all the way around, and then I just chop it up one after another.
Wow. That's I don't know. What's your favorite cheese?
I like very, very sharp cheddars.
White cheddar?
prefer it to be the orange variety, but I've had white cheddar. Usually, the white cheddar though is not of the hard style cheese. So the good thing about a hard cheese, like the ones you get in a big wheel, you're like the ones that crumble and they're kind of hard. They last longer. If any mold shows up on any bits of it, you just cut that part off. A good bit of it away from and you can still eat the rest of it. Soft cheeses, if they get mold on it anywhere, the entire block is useless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to get that shredded cheese, that Kraft shredded cheese. Stick
I
my
love
hand
shredded
in there,
cheese.
you know, and just eat a big gulp of it down my mouth, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hell yeah, man!
I'm gonna have to start when I make tacos. I'm gonna have to stop getting the Tex-Mex blend and the taco blend. I'm gonna have to go for if they have a Longhorn or a sharp cheddar, hard shredded cheddar, then I can use it. But I think because I eat so many tacos, and I used to eat a lot of Kraft macaroni and cheese, the deluxe one that comes with it's kind of like a Velveeta cheese sauce in a pouch that you mix into the noodles once they're cooked. I think that's what was giving me kidney stones the most, because I used to eat that stuff all the time from college on. That stuff kept me alive in college.
But everything. For me, I make regular box macaroni and cheese, and then I put Spam in there, and or I like to put tuna fish into it, and onions, and then I like to take a bag of shredded cheese and just mix it in and all kinds of shit, and it's so good.
Works good in macaroni and cheese.
What's that?
Taco meat. Leftover.
I can see that.
Yeah, I've also cooked. I've also done cheeseburger macaroni. What I've done is I take. They have two sizes. They have the family size Kraft macaroni and cheese deluxe and the regular size Kraft macaroni and cheese deluxe. And I usually cook the smaller box, but I use the bigger box's cheese pots because it's a little bit bigger. And I brown a pound of just straight regular old hamburger on top of a chopped onion, salt and pepper. Once it's browned, I drain it off pretty good because it can get kind of greasy, especially if you use 80-20. And then you make the macaroni and cheese and you mix them all together, and it's fantastic. It's really, really good. Another thing that makes good with macaroni and cheese is Hormel beef tips and gravy. You can get those in the refrigerator.
Oh hell yeah!
Grocery store. Yeah. Oh my God. So typically beef tips and gravy is usually served over a bed of wavy noodles, but it works better over top of elbow noodles with cheese.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just in contact here with someone close to me that's having a problem. So if I'm not paying attention, Jay, okay, I'm sorry if you just want to keep talking
no worries,
about
man.
cheese.
No worries. Taco Tuesday every day. Heidi, if I knew it wouldn't kill me and I could eat tacos every day, I would. And one of the best things I ever found out for breakfast when I was bartending in college, a lot of the bartenders that I knew, we hung out from different bars and different restaurants. Once we were done, we would all hang out at this one bartender's house. Oddly enough, he lived directly across from the liquor store too, just like I did. So the walk home was close. But we typically would all go to the, I believe that we went Kroger, and it was a Kroger in downtown Savannah. And we'd all buy fixings for scrambled eggs. We'd buy burrito sleeve, the burrito tortillas, shredded cheese, chopped tomatoes, the onions and stuff to chop. And we'd make huevos rancheros in burritos. I don't know if anyone's ever had scrambled eggs with hot sauce. Holy shit, is that good? And when you have just come off of a bar shift and you're lit, I mean, we sometimes often drank while we were bartending. I won't lie. But that's one of the best breakfasts ever. Scrambled eggs, whatever toppings you want, chopped onion, chopped tomato, shredded cheese, salsa, roll it up in a burrito sleeve, and it's just pure heaven.
Oh my God, when I when I was young, dumb, and stupid, okay, after I go out and get drunk, we'd go to Denny's. And,
Yeah.
and I would order like 3 orders of grits, 4 scrambled eggs, an order of bacon, an order of sausage, and stringy potatoes, man. And what I used to do was put it all together on a plate, like a Hungarian goulash breakfast is how I
Oh,
used
love
to do it.
Hungarian goulash.
Well, no, I mixed all the breakfast meats and potatoes.
No, I know
and
what you
stuff
mean,
like
but
that.
yeah, I get you. But the Hungarian goulash is still also yummy.
I haven't had that in a long time.
Me
Hungarian
either.
goulash.
Well, we had the hamburger helper kind, but it's not the same. And then why do they call it hamburger helper? Doesn't it taste just fine without it?
I don't know.
That's a joke from the vacation movies.
You have to tell me it's a joke, dude, because it goes way over my brain.
Clark Griswold's cousin-in-law or whatever, cousin Eddie says, I don't know why they call it hamburger helper. I think it tastes just fine by itself.
Now I kind of understand that.
Gross and nasty, yeah.
Be like Chinese food.
Love Chinese food. Okay, let me change that. Love American Chinese food, and I love some traditional real Chinese dishes, which I have had at my friends' traditional Chinese weddings, but I don't think I would like actual real Chinese food if I was in China. It would probably turn my stomach if I were to know what most of the proteins were.
Mm-hmm. I like American Chinese food. My son went to China.
Yeah.
Actual China for 2 weeks. And for the company he works for. And they went out to eat all the time. And the American Chinese food that you get here, okay, is totally different from what you get over in China. They're more into vegetables, okay. But he said he went out one time. A bunch of them went out to eat, and they had duck tongue.
Oh, good God.
Duck tongue.
Gross.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was something. He told me that. I said, "Oh, gross." I don't think I. He said, "Dad, what it is?"
That's the one kind of food, and like a lot of people they like cow tongue. That's one of the one foods I probably will never try. I don't want to eat a food that tastes you back.
Uh-huh.
Gross. How nasty.
Right. Oh yeah. I'll be right back.
I heard some digs in the background. Did somebody say something nasty about the food we were talking about? I hope not.
I'll be right back. Okay, buddy.
All right, cool. Talking about food, I was looking at actual Denny's, trying to look at their website menu. They don't have delivery for me, so unfortunately, no hot breakfast. Craving some scrambled eggs. Well, yeah, no, I see that, Heidi. Now reshred and slice our own cheese. Yeah, I think I might start doing that. Like I said, my favorite cheese is the hard. I like Colby too, but I think it's a little softer. But the really, really like sharp New England cheddars and things like that would shred nicely for taco toppings. And I did buy a pound of ground beef that I wanted to make with taco seasoning, and then steam up some actual rice to put. I bought some containers that have for my lunch. I'm pretty sure they're all going to fit. One of them has 2 separate containers and then a big one, so you can put 2 different things here and a bowl of rice. So I'm going to do like taco meat on one container. It has one container on the side, and the second one over here with rice, and mix them up for lunch. I just found out that I'm pre-diabetic, so I might have to stop eating rice. But I just bought like 20 pounds of it. And at the grocery store, this is the stupidest thing. I don't know if anyone out there is like retail minded or works in the retail arena. At the Martins, which is the same as the Giant grocery stores, same brand, same what do you call color? They have this like peacock looking store brand icon. But anyway, they had a 10-pound bag of store brand giant rice, 10-pound bag, $5.99. Call it $6. Why you just call it? There's no pennies anymore, so just call it $6 now. There's no more pennies. And then right next to that, they had the 20-pound bag, and it was $13.19. Do the math. You buy 2 bags of 10 to make 20 for 12, actually $11.98, or 1 bag to make 20 for $13. This is the stupidest thing on the planet. It should have been the other way around. But so I bought 2 10-pound baggers, and I got this new cool thing that has. I should have made a video of it. You put all the rice in this big hopper. It holds 25 pounds, and I think I have 24 in there now, a little less. I took from, but it has a dispenser and a cup with a measuring cup, and you can push this button, and it spits the rice into it. Then I can dump it into a strainer and clean it. So I think I'm going to try eating at least, I guess, I don't know, maybe 2 cups worth of rice a day. Hopefully, maybe that'll keep me from being diabetic. To do just the opposite. We shall see. Ooh, what do I got up there? Let me turn that off. All right. So, what is happening in the world out there? We've talked about the ceasefire holding for now. Any news on the home front that anybody wants to talk about? Whatever your home front is, really, it doesn't matter. We touch over 180 countries, I think, with this show. So, and we're probably pushing. I don't know where to find it on here, but somewhere on here it tells us what our viewership usually is, and I think we're probably in the 4 millions right now.
Yeah,
So,
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
Thanks. Yeah, no, we're in about the 4 millions on the chat. It is the #1 show on UPRN,
On the network.
On the network,
Mhm.
yeah. So I don't know what I enjoy to do. I enjoy the chat because we can talk about everything and anything. I mean, I'll be honest with everybody. I feel kind of naked because Joe isn't here. Nothing against you, Jay, but I feel naked. I don't know if that sounds weird or not, but don't forget, I always get naked either on Sunday night and Tuesday nights on my show. You know, I actually bought a brand new dancing pole. You know.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's like really tight and it's really strong. Hold my big ass up.
Shiny and brass.
Shiny and brass, man.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. My experience with UPRN, I'll be honest with everybody, it's been the best almost 6 years of my life. I met a lot of nice people. I met a lot of great people. And what it did for me was being around Jay and Joe a lot is that it kind of opened my mind to things that I never even thought of. Okay. And the first thing is, they talk about, Joe and Jay talk about space and they talk about Star Trek. And I'm like, there are times when them two go at it with Star Trek and space. I'm like, whoa, I'm lost here. You know, but slowly but surely,
You should hear us go at it on UFO Undercover when we talk about how and who built the pyramids. I mean, we both have very strong but different opinions.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I see it on
heated.
Friday nights. I see it on Friday nights and Saturday nights. You know, I do see you guys doing a little tussle here and there. Okay, and I think it's kind of comical, to be honest with you, to see you two tussle it out. Yeah, but I don't. It's just great, and I cannot wait for tomorrow night. Into the Night, my show from 8:10 to 10:10, where I'm going to have some of the hosts of the other shows on UPRN. I'm going to sit around and have a roundtable.
Is it an open mic kind of deal, or are we going to handle topics?
Oh, we'll probably have some topics, you know. So brush up on your spiritual stuff, dude. We might even throw some photos and videos, and not have them, but we'll talk about like evidence that we collect through cameras and stuff like that. And I know you are well versed in cameras and videos.
I've been fascinated with timepieces, motion and still film cameras. Physical film cameras. As a kid, they didn't have the digital ones, obviously. But so what? I don't know if you know the full story of how I got started in UFO paranormal research. I was 6 years old. I was 6 years old. You remember Hurricane Agnes?
Yeah.
And it's like 71, 72. Hurricane Agnes came across the East Coast and like turned everything off for months. Our basement was flooded about. Well, I was a kid. It was knee high to me, but it was probably ankle high to my dad. So he's 6'2", and I was 6 years old. So I probably 2 foot of water. Anyway, we had just moved into this house in Maryland from Florida, and they all their books, my parents' books, were in the basement. And they after the basement started to fill, they saved what they could. The rest of my parents' books were destroyed. But in the ones that were saved, I was looking through one box, and he had 2 books about Hitler. One was called Mein Kampf, which is Hitler's autobiography, and the other was the history of the Third Reich, which is a Bible-sized book on the history and rise of Hitler through the 20s and 30s. And then underneath that was Eric von Daniken's first edition Chariots of the Gods in hardcover with a dust jacket.
Look who's on Rumble, dude. Look who's on Rumble.
How do I?
Joe is one sexy bastard.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah, Joe. I don't know.
You mean the bald guy with the gray beard?
Yeah, and them weird glasses, and he got them damn.
Wears 2 glasses, one to cover his second pair of eyes on top of his head.
Yeah, I think that's that Joe who's a sexy bastard.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you jump on in, Joe, if you can?
Yeah, if you want to. You want to send you the link?
No, I think he just wants to get. I don't know. Maybe he'll pop in.
How's it going out there in Hollyweird land? How are you and John holding together?
Yeah, man. Is CL out there with you? I don't know, but tomorrow he is very damn sexy. Did you write that?
No, not me. That's JoJo.
He goes, no voicer. He has no voice.
He's been yelling at Emily Goodwin. Damn you, sir. Threw his own voice out, yelling at Emily.
Did you go to the In-N-Out Burger, Joe? Did you go to the In-N-Out?
Yeah, if not, 2 words for you, bud. DoorDash. Get you that In-N-Out burger. And I'll be honest with you, when I was in Arizona, my sister's like, oh, you got to try it, 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 blah, 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 blah. Went out and I tried it, and you know what? I was entirely underwhelmed. Didn't suck, but it wasn't, as hyped up as it was supposed to be.
Hey, Kason, good to see you, man. Long time no see, dude.
Hey, buddy.
Good to see you. Joe, you're going to be busy tomorrow night around 5 in the afternoon.
Open mic night. Bring some guests in.
I ain't open mic.
Drop in on Sunday night. You said you were doing an open mic.
No, it's a round table, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a round table. Not yet. Okay, because Joe, I'm having tomorrow night. I'm having some host from UPRN on my show, and we're going to have a round table, and we're just going to talk about different things. And if you have the opportunity to get to a computer, you're more than welcome to jump in. If you're not busy. Is CL out there with you? Oh, so you said not yet. Okay. I hope she jumps in. That would be nice. I don't know. We miss you, Joe. We're like totally naked without you being here, buddy. Seriously.
We're holding our own. Sean's just a little nervous.
I ain't nervous at all, man. I'm just freaking tired because I work. Mm-hmm. But so Let me see. Yeah, Sean going through some rough times. No mindset to jump into live chats. I'm doing okay, Kason. You know, the rough times have passed for now. But this Thursday coming up, though, I have another doctor's appointment with my hepatologist doctor. And what happened was they found little nodules on my kidneys.
Oh,
Joe and
somebody popped
John.
in.
There he is. Add to the stage, dude.
Mhm.
Come on.
Get him on. Ah, there.
There he
There.
is.
How's it going, Joe?
Joe Montaldo. Good to see you, man. I am
What's
so
up, guys? I
happy.
can't talk for long because my voice is shot.
I figured you were yelling at somebody. Who was it? Emily?
It's a talking and the allergies.
Oh, you got allergies
Get you
too.
some
Everybody
Benadryl.
got them.
I'm getting ready to take one in a minute. No, I just wanted to say hi. I was listening to y'all downstairs a little while ago when I said, let me tell them hi right quick. I was going to stop by and see y'all last night, but we ran real late. I think y'all was signing off right as I got out of the meet and greet.
Yeah, we signed off a little bit after 1.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good crowd. A lot of interesting. Was booking us some guests in the near future for some serious sci-fi stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, well, I've been wanting some near now sci-fi, so I was talking with Cherie, who won last year as an artist, but she's trying to win as a writer, which is a rare thing. And
why is that, Joe? Why is that?
She won as an illustrator, and now she wants to come in as a writer. That's cool.
Yeah, it's only happened like 5 times in 42 years.
Yeah. We talked about that on Wednesday, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a while back.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking good. Everybody's dressed nice. Everybody's pretty.
Yeah.
All the ladies good looking as ever.
Did you take pictures?
Oh yeah, man, I got that. I've already got. I think I'm already up to 500 pictures. And by the time I leave here, yesterday I walked.
Only?
Yeah, yesterday I walked almost 6 miles between the airports and here. I'm already up to 3.5 miles today.
You had to walk from the airport all the way to the hotel? That's horrible.
Yeah. No, I'm just talking about walking around damn hotel. So New Orleans was 1.5 miles. Yeah, New Orleans was 1.5 miles. LA was 2 miles inside the airport.
Yeah.
Did you have to go into New Orleans to fly out to LA?
Yeah.
Oh,
did you fly to Atlanta first and then to LA, or did you fly west first?
They never booked me on one way. I mean on nonstop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 4.5 hours coming, 3.5 hours going home. It's an hour less to go.
It's because you're going downhill.
Pretty much is what it is with the wind. you're with the wind. Yeah. So it makes it a lot faster. And they booked me late on Saturday, so I get to sleep on an airplane because that plane that arrives in New Orleans at midnight, there's never anyone on it. Like last year, there was like 6 people on it.
Oh, geez. I like it when it's like that because then you can take any seat you want. Yeah.
Yeah. I just found me a 3-spot and a stretch. I'll tell you, it was weird yesterday. I had my seat was 23D, and I was getting my seat, and it said, "Do you want to upgrade?" And I said, "Sure, I'll upgrade. $50 upgrade." So I upgraded, and then I noticed when I was getting ready to get on a plane, it said B, and I'm not sitting in the middle. So I went and sent the girl. I said, "What the beep beep kind of up beep beep grade is this?" She said, "Well, you know what? So I'm gonna take care of you. They did you wrong." So she gave me my seat with the other 2 seats empty.
Nice. That's cool.
That was real sweet of us. It kept me from being a dick about it. So it's one of the things.
I would have asked her, could I please have seat number 34DD?
Yeah, and she was asking, "Do you want to?" She said, "We'll get you some alcohol, drinks, whatever you want. Just let us know." I said, "No, I can't drink. I got to work." And my voice the way it is, I don't want to drink anyway. You would probably finish it off. But I'm gonna watch it. But I'll probably text every once in a while. I'm gonna get off so I don't keep talking. I got a bunch of illustrators to go hang out with tonight.
Yeah, you got to talk to a lot of people, don't you?
Well, the meet and greet. No, actually, the meet and greet's good because they all got to introduce themselves, and everybody else gets to talk, and I just usually sit and listen. And at the very end, I might say something about press, but other than that, it's one of the rest spots for me. But I still have to be there, so that's one of them things.
So, were you going to a club or a bar with these guys, or just down in the hotel itself?
No, so here they got a special room upstairs for meet and greets. Everything else is done at Arthur Services at the Arthur's building. That building is fabulous inside. I've got pictures posted online. That building is beautiful inside. And then I got to see some special stuff today I'd never seen before, which was an honor because that means they actually trust me now. When the three of us are together and we're not on air, I'll tell you all about it. And just remind me because it was definitely something different. And it definitely caught me off guard too. So always surprises are always good things. Tomorrow I'm renting a Ferrari and going down to Highway 1 for a ride.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Oh, that would be sweet.
What kind of Ferrari? Because there are several different models.
Well, it's topless, kind of short. It's brand new, whatever it is. But they got a yellow and a red one. It's $89. That's for like 6 hours. So yeah, and I'm gonna go take it down the Highway 1 and go for a cruise and come back. Last time I did this, the first year I came here, I did that and got on a TV.
You got into a movie.
Yeah, I come to find out it was a Fast and Furious.
Really?
So there's a clip in there that you see a red Ferrari burring down the street, and then all of a sudden you see it just spin around. You can actually see my ponytail flip because I grabbed the brake, cut the wheel, and spun the car around because I was going to hit him if not. Because they were right in the middle of nowhere, and I was cruising. I was cruising. And they asked me to take a
picture. Were you by yourself or was it with you?
No, I was by myself.
No.
I just dropped off. I picked up a friend earlier that wanted to show me down Highway 1, and I just dropped him off. And he said, "Oh, go this way. There's no traffic." And there wasn't. And when I come through that circle, I was doing about 90, and I was in a Ferrari, man. Come on. And I come around that circle, and sure enough, they had cameras and shit everywhere. And I just fucking grabbed the emergency brake and just pulled it all the way up and cut that wheel all the way around. And the car just went.
And $5 says the director or the executive producer that was there that came and talked to you later. $5 says he said to the cameraman, "Please tell me you got that."
No, I bet you did.
Guaranteed.
It was the perfect one. Just came right up and then and you see that Ferrari just disappeared, man. If they barely got the license number. If they wouldn't have had it on film, they wouldn't even be able to find me because I was cruising. I was cruising. I'll later on I'll take some pictures of them. They're right in front of the hotel across the street.
Okay, yeah, please do, man.
When I go down, I'll take some pictures of them. There's a yellow and a red. Matter of fact, there was 6 people booking them when I coming back from Arthur Services. There was a bunch of kids in them. I'm thinking, y'all letting them kids in them cars? Oh, Jesus.
We have a store like that in Frederick that does something similar, but it's machine guns. And I want to go down there and rent a P90 and just take a target and go and cut it in half.
Are you eating good, Joe?
They're pretty cool. So I got last night I ate a chicken club. And this morning I got chicken club was like $30. And then this morning I went and got breakfast. Right? So I got French toast, coffee, and orange juice. What do you think I paid for that?
In Los Angeles, I would have to say $25.
$50.
Try 36. So in between
now, 36.
How much?
$36.
36. Yes, you missed food porn, Carrie. Yeah.
I got it. I actually got a picture of the breakfast on my phone because somebody asked me to send it to them.
$36 for French toast. Orange
what does a $36 breakfast look like? Throw it up if you can.
It's on my phone. I don't know if I can. I don't know how to get it on a computer without a big project.
Heidi says that she sees the Cali sun shining bright through the window, Joe.
Yeah, it is. Look.
Actually, that's the New York sun. It just happens to be on the California side at this moment.
Matter of fact, to the right of that window is the airport in the city, and to the left of the window is Los Angeles, and straight downstairs is Hollywood Boulevard.
Wow, close enough you can smell them.
Have you seen any movie stars, or have you seen any of the stars, or are they hiding?
No, I haven't seen any around here, but I haven't really been looking. I've been here and Arthur
Jim Meskimen's going to make an appearance, I know for sure. He won't be there for long, but he's there for at least one event, I think.
They got the artist coming in from Spain. He gets in tomorrow, I believe. And Austin Scott will be here pretty soon. And that's the Enders Game. Tim Powers I was talking to today. That's all the Caribbean movies. Actually, the book is called The Stranger Tide. Stranger
Tides. Yeah.
And that's what the Caribbean movies. But it took him like 10 years to get money out of that. He had to sue the crap out.
Yeah. So the idea was that the ride at Disney was called the Caribbean or whatever, or Pirates of the Caribbean, and they just used that book as the subtitle, Stranger Tides, for the first one.
Well, actually, when you read Stranger Tides, all three of the movies are in one book.
Oh,
really?
wow, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
It's like pieced together, so it's like, you know, an epic adventure. And I was like, well, son of a bitch. And they just had a field day with that, but just one thing. But I was missing y'all, man. I was telling John earlier, I was doing an interview at the office for Author Services. And
yeah, we miss you too.
yeah, I said, she said, he goes, what are you doing? I said, I might catch the guys. I got to go back. I had to come back to charge my phone to let my voice rest. And now that I'm up here, it's not as scratchy. I think I'm out of the pollen. I'm 10 floors up, 9 floors up. Well, technically, I'm 11 floors up because there's 2 floors below the ground. So, or not really below the ground, but right on the ground.
Jay
It's
was
weird. They got a
telling me-
ground. No, they got a ground floor downstairs that exits the side, and they got on the second floor it exits the front.
Huh.
They're both ground floor. Figure that one out.
Hey, Heidi just said the illustrator you had on today, Joe's amazing artwork.
Oh, Sharice. Not only that, she got like 4 kids. She's Air Force. She was intelligence in the Air Force, and she is crazy, man. I love her to death.
Oh,
She is a lot of fun.
Speaking of artwork, check this out.
Ceasefire. What is that?
Well, we have allegedly a tentative ceasefire going on in the Middle East
Oh,
right now.
they finally said okay. I know they were. I know they were talking about it.
They got 30 hours, and
They got
They
30
haven't
more
decided.
hours, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I heard Melania tearing up the news media.
Yeah, she was, dude.
So
She was about some chick she hangs out with that got kind of mad because I guess Melania is a lot better looking than her, and all hell broke loose.
yeah, but the problem is they said she was hooked up with Epstein, and she came out and said, "Not a chance of my was hooked. I didn't even know Epstein. It's bullshit." And she said, "You see pictures with Epstein and AI." And she told them she wants the media to have much more serious consequences. And she said she's going to sue anyone that even mentions it. She means it too. She's got her own money, so she don't have to wait on her honey to do it. And then come to find out, Trump did not know she was going to talk about it.
Oh, that was crazy, man. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, that was.
But we talked about it yesterday, and I brought up the NATO thing. You know, I don't know if you listened to any of the show last night, but I was like telling Jay and our viewers about how I'm like really pissed off at NATO, man, and why they don't just pull their own weight, man.
Well, I heard the leader of NATO today and yesterday actually say that they need to get their asses in the streets.
That's Mark Rutte. Yep.
And he also said we need to stop relying on America. He said if we're not going to back them, you can't expect them to back us. So if that's the way it's going to be, then we need to stop relying on them for protection. But he also said that Europe is a decade away from being able to defend itself.
He also said that they can't do it without us.
Yeah. Well, he said if they're going to spend the 15% and build their own nuclear shield, they can, but it's going to take a decade. And
At least, maybe more.
Yeah. Well, most people don't realize that America spends $860 billion a year with NATO, not including our own military budget.
Yeah.
Jay, you're breaking up, man.
Yeah, man. No, Jay and I am.
I'm getting an echo, but I don't know if I'm breaking up.
You might be getting echo because I'm on speaker.
Oh, you are? Okay. That's understandable.
Yeah, because there's a volume control in this thing. I had forgot how to use this laptop. It's been so long since I pulled it out. I had to re-educate myself on how it works. But I posted a couple of archives. Y'all show from last night's been posted. I posted it a little while ago. And,
Okay, yeah, we put them all up last night. Jay did.
Yeah, well, I put them officially to all the archive sites a little while ago. So I still got a couple more.
The one that we didn't share, I don't know if it was really nice, right, to share, but about the things men do to women when, you know, and how Poland went from this amount down to that amount and all the other ones.
Yeah,
You know what
the
I'm
one on
talking about,
European
right?
rape rates, we didn't do that one.
Oh God, it went through the fucking roof. It's so 10 years
I
ago.
still just want to go through it.
Well, I mean,
Yes, Carrie.
The one they showed the one was 8,000 a year, and it was 64,000 a year.
Yeah,
That's insane.
What?
Yeah, look at the list. It's
That's
fucking
8 times. That's 8 times the level.
Yeah, I was
8,000
going to
times
say
8,000 is 64,000. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I just sent it to y'all for y'all to read, but I mean, when I seen it, I said, I wanted to, if I could verify it, because I mean, the fucking numbers were huge. I mean, you're talking like an increase in Europe of 100,000 or more per area. I mean, that's insane. If that was in the country, we'd be having a fit. We'd coming unglued. We'd have, oh man, I was stunned. But they said
there's barely a hissy fit going over the few people that have been raped and killed by illegals here.
Yeah, but rapes here in the United States are near that high. I mean, that's outrageous.
Still, though, they're not being talked about. They're being brushed under the table. That's the problem.
Carrie, I think she's on another one on another chat.
Yeah. Hey, Heidi, what chat room are you in?
Yeah. Or she's out on the porch with her.
You're both in YouTube. You just may not be in the same YouTube station. That's the difference.
Yeah, because I put up my YouTube too.
Yeah, and there's two.
We can see everybody from all of YouTubes in one, so it doesn't tell us which room they're from.
Well, Heidi's on mine. Heidi's on mine.
So we got one on Pittsburgh Paranormal and 2 on UFO Paranormal. See, when you put your little thing up there at the eye, it tells you what things are on.
Yeah,
you can see what platforms. For some reason, it doesn't show Rumble up there.
But let me ask you this, brother. There
it is.
Were people in Los Angeles excited about the so-called fake moon landing or the fake splashdown?
Anybody thinks it's fake. Nobody thinks.
No one does.
I do. So remember when the other Apollo missions came down and the boys were out in the ocean and they actually had cameras on them people? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And this time they didn't do it, and I don't understand why.
Well, they didn't open a capsule. They brought it into the ship before they opened the capsule. That's what I was told. I haven't watched it. All I've seen is the capsule with the big red ball sitting inside the ship unopened. That's the only part I've seen of it. I hadn't actually watched it tonight. Now, when I first seen it, I ain't gonna lie, I said, it sure looks like an Apollo capsule with the big floaty things on the top. And it kind of caught me off guard a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. But then I seen where it was, and I know that ship's legit. But that's why I want to watch and see him get out of the capsule. You can tell that capsule in space. I mean, you can look at the capsule and know it was in space. No doubt about that. And they got scared.
In all honesty, when they announced that, because the original plan was this mission was supposed to map out a landing site for a further mission this year that would land at that site. They're not doing that this year, so the next mission is going to be they're going to drop equipment on that site for the future landers. But from what I understand, it's now 2 years out until they land on the moon. So I completely lost interest. I could care less what's going to happen with the next mission.
2 years out. So as of today, it's either the end of this year or the beginning of next year is when they land.
Well, they said they're going to land on there in 28, but they did say that definitively on the news today that the next mission is going to be they're going to drop a drone rocket, an unmanned rocket that will land on or near the landing site where they're going to go with the manned mission, and that space capsule is going to be the basis of a space station.
I can tell you for sure it's not going to be 2028. It might not even be 2027 because Trump said if it ain't the end of the year, beginning of next year, he's firing everybody at NASA.
Yeah,
remember
they did say that.
Yeah, we want to beat the Chinese.
I know. So
pushing it to 2028 is iffy skiffy.
Well, they're planning to do it in 2030. So 2028 is still a 2-year buffer.
Yeah, but you don't know that China could be lying. Just
Or
to
what if they speed up? What if they speed up production? You know, who knows?
Yeah, well, if they think we're going to push it to 2028, they can come down 2 years. They knew they couldn't beat us at 2026 or 2027, but 2028 might be a doable thing. So I don't know. If I was NASA, I'd be careful because I heard the president more than once say, we're going to beat China or everybody here's going to be fired. He didn't just say it like that. He said, none of you can be fired, but I'll make sure you get blackballed.
You're fired.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing almost.
So getting fired means you can get a job somewhere else. Getting blackballed means you're not going back to work anywhere.
Oh,
At least
okay.
not on a government contract anyway.
I don't know. Usually when you got a president hating on you, most companies aren't going to want to bother with you. Let's see.
There's going to be a few though that will.
Let's see. Wiki says we're going back to the end of this year. NASA says they're going to try to get back the end of this year, and that they are really not wanting to make a formal date.
Well, why?
Why?
Because they don't know when they're going, and it's lying to us. I mean, and as a country, we don't like being lied to. One thing Americans don't like is being lied to.
Yeah,
They
and I
really
told
piss you.
and I told Jay yesterday that I've seen a lot of stuff on TikTok and other things where these people out there take that video of them astronauts and they are finding every little thing that could possibly be that they're just sitting behind a green screen, dude.
Oh yeah, they were nitpicking the shit out of
They were
those,
nitpicking
videos.
shit out of them, man.
Of course they are, because they need something to try to prove, because they got debunked. That's what happened. So everybody said, oh, we didn't go to the moon, we didn't go to the moon, we didn't go to the moon. So Russia and China released photos of the landers on the moon, and then Europe did.
So did
you're
Turkey.
screwed after that. Yeah, and then America did. So you've got 6 countries now that have taken pictures of the landers, the footprints, because it's all still there. The tracks, there's no wind. So it looks, the day they left, it still looks exactly the same.
Right, and they
So
weren't even
unless there
satisfied
was
with that. So
somebody
the next
physically
thing
up
they
there, you
said
couldn't
after that was, oh, well, what if they just landed and dropped that stuff on there? We still didn't go to the moon. Like, why would somebody perpetrate such a hoax and just drop equipment on there that no man ever landed on the moon? It's so stupid.
Well, and 2 of the photos, you can see the tracks from the rover itself, and footprints. I don't know what else they want.
Right. Yeah.
You can't ask for anything from that. I mean, yeah.
It's like
because if they took the picture from above at the orbit, they zoomed all in.
Right.
You know, it's just.
It's like talking to flat earthers. They
they
don't
get
take
stuck in
facts for facts.
I don't know how you think the planet's flat when you look outside.
Oh, I don't
I'm
even
looking
want
right
to
now.
talk
I
about
can see
flat
the arc
earthers,
of it.
man. I don't.
I'm looking. I'm on 9 stories up. I'm looking out across LA, and you can see it just.
I mean, I understand. I can be pretty obstinate myself, but I'm not ignorant obstinate like some of these flat Earth people are. It's just go up in a building and look out. You'll see the planet physically curves.
Well, I don't mind a legit argument. Like when we fight about the pyramids, that's a legit argument. This
we
flat
brought
Earth
about
thing,
that up
nothing's
earlier.
legit about it.
Right.
Oh, did y'all? Yeah, because I mean, you and I get into discussions. I mean, some things we agree on, a lot of things we don't when it comes to pyramids, but it doesn't matter because it's good discussions with lots of information, and you listeners can make up your own blanket minds.
Absolutely.
You know, you believe who
The evidence is out there. The
or you can come up
evidence
with your
steers me
own.
one direction, steers you in another. That's the way. That's what scientific investigation is all about. And at some point, it's going to come to the end. We're going to figure out exactly what happened down there with the pyramids, or eventually we'll find an ancient book that hasn't been known for thousands of years. It has the answer and the stories in it.
Denise, I've been knowing Jay for a decade. That's why we can argue without getting pissed off at each other. Oh, it's not that I can't aggravate, but still, it's
yeah, we can aggravate.
if you
I'll tell you this much. I don't know what Denise's question was, but I'll tell you this much, Denise. But between Joe and I, we could debunk just about everything that Dr. Zahi Hawass has ever said about anything that ever happened in Egypt, period, end of paragraph. The man is a fucking moron. Pardon my French. Not Joe. Zahi Hawass is the fucking moron. Joe and I are on the right side of science on this one.
Jay, why did you say that about our boss? Why did you say that about our boss?
It's no, I know what he means. It's just look, some Egyptologists are just idiots.
They just don't
I
follow
really think
the facts and the evidence. I mean, the evidence on the Sphinx from every geologist that I know, including Robert Schoch. I've actually spoken to the man, not face to face, but on Facebook plenty of times. Almost every geologist I know, and I have taken college level geology courses. There's evidence of, constant water wear on the sides of the Sphinx over thousands of years, where you can see where the water level eventually, as it slowly depleted, it made more marks and more marks all the way down, except for where it's been repaired, all the way down the side of the Sphinx. Yeah. And the other thing is that they've done proportions on it. The legs and feet and tail are not of a lion; they are of a jackal.
When you look at the paws, it looks like a dog's paw. When you look at it, it doesn't look like a lion's paw. It looks more like a dog's
it's too long. It's a dog paw.
Yeah. But it does line up. But it does line up at Leo at 12,500 years.
It does do that as well. Yes, it does.
So it's interesting.
So the thing is that we call it Leo. What if they called it, the jackal?
They might have. I mean, we're just assuming that. No,
yeah, we don't know.
It's when you get in long term stuff like that. So most people put the pyramid somewhere between 12 and 15,000 years old. I'm going with 15 because that's where a lot of other stuff winds up at.
I believe
so, ladies and gentlemen, when you hear me say 12,500 years, that's starting 2,000 years ago back. It's actually really 15,000 years because there's 2,000 years after that in AD. So when you hear me say 12,500, I'm talking BC or BCE. And then when
that's 14,000 years ago.
Yeah, so 14,500, 7. But regardless, that's what we're talking about. Remember, the planet was supposed to be covered with ice back then.
Yeah. And here's the other thing. One of the things that people don't take into effect is that there are other ancient buildings equally as old that are destroyed.
And let's not forget
equally, and maybe not even equally, but perhaps even more technically advanced even than the pyramid itself. The pyramid is, without question, right now on this planet, number one, the most technically built building on Earth. There's no cement that we can find, and there's no way to put paper or even a human hair between the blocks of rock.
Yeah, they were cut. It was either water pressure or laser, one or the other. There ain't nothing else cutting like that.
Carrie says, I have come across the same info too, Jay. The Sphinx having layers of it showing there was water. Very interesting finds there.
You had
the three guys who came up with that are also still friends of mine. Well, I think Robert Bovall dumped me, but the three men who discovered that were Robert Bovall, Robert Anthony West, what's his first name? Anthony West, and then Robert Schoch. Yeah. And they discovered this in like 83-ish. And I remember watching the video live when they did that.
Yeah, they gave nothing but shit about it. They said they were full of shit. This went on for about a decade, and then
it's still going on.
Scientists came. No, wait, but some other scientists came out after that, and then some geologists came out, and then some people from NOAA came out and said no. So you've got actually about 24 big name scientists now saying no. The only time that could have happened, the only time it was that wet was 12,000 years ago. Or longer. So they're saying they know when the River Nile was lush and it wasn't any time recent. So
there's a segment I want to try to open up at some point on either this show or News on the Flip Side or both. A segment called the Logic Probe. So let's do the Logic Probe on this. The pyramids, all three of the big pyramids, they tip the stars of the belt of Orion. Alnitak, Alnilam, and Mintaka, I think, are the name of those planets or those solar systems.
Yeah.
And that happens at somewhere in the summer of 10,500 BCE, give or take 50 years. Now, they say these buildings were built after that event. You don't build a building to line up with the stars in the sky after the event has already occurred. Yeah. You do it beforehand so you can go, hey, look, ding.
They're actually right, because there are 7 monuments on this planet that all line up at the same time, 12,500 BC. All of them do. Whether it's the ones that line up where you got the 7 sisters,
Draco,
you got Draco lines
Ladies,
up. So
was it Chaco Canyon?
So what happened is somebody built, because we know Angkor Wat is not that old, but it lines up with Draco perfectly at that time period. So somehow they knew. And just understanding precession is not that, for the average person, it's not that easy to understand.
It's
so
complex mathematics.
It is. But the Egyptians knew it pretty well.
But I don't know about that, because the Egyptians' mathematics at the time that they claimed that the pyramids were actually built, which is 2400 BCE, their math was based on the number 25, not on zero. So they would definitely, if they were to do anything celestial like that, they would be off by millions of.
But yet that map they got, they showed that map they got mapped the precession of the planet by 2 degrees. And that's a fact. So
it is speculated that they stole that from the Sumerians, and the Sumerians we know were much better at sky watching than
the Chinese were pretty good at it too. And
the Chinese too.
But then we got the other problem that offsets all the rest of the stuff we're talking about. The sunken pyramids off the Cuba that we know are 15,000 years old, because that's when they're pretty sure when the plate slipped.
Yeah.
Somebody said they thought there was ice and it melted through, but that's not true, because if it would have, it wouldn't be that perfect settlement down there.
Yeah, and most of the planet demonstrates drag marks from where the I have to put my camera on, but it demonstrates drag marks from where the ice would, as it slowly melted, it dragged back. So it actually would pull loose alluvial soil with it, and it would pull a loose rock or boulder and leave drag marks. So that there's many boulders, I think up in Wisconsin or Minnesota, Michigan, somewhere in that area, that all these boulders had been dragged by the receding ice. And this is we learned this in geology. People wondered how and why. We now know it was the ice that did it, but before then it was, giants did this and giants did that, and other legends and lore. Simply a piece of ice did it.
Yeah, so when you look at it, only thing I can think that it was a gradual thing, because everything's intact. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. If it would have just collapsed or something. Here, let's look at it right here.
The freeze, the actual ice age itself seems to have happened way more rapidly than originally expected, because we have, and I haven't been able to lock this one down. I saw a brief blurb. It might have come across Facebook, so it could be AI, clickbait. But it seems they found in the Siberian Kursk region, where the same place they found the entire herd of mastodons, flash frozen, is a white rhino, a white woolly rhino, fully intact, and it looks like it was flash frozen in action, like running away from something. So if I can find that, how cool! Yeah, that would be very cool if they found, and they can, because with the mastodons, all of the soft tissues were preserved, perfectly. I mean, the stomach had contents in it, like whatever they were eating, the mouths they were chewing, all the internal organs were intact. So just think about another extinct animal that we will get clean DNA, A, and B, complete internal structure of. That is cool science.
Why didn't they put it up here? What the hell's going on?
And who knew?
I'm lost. I'm lost.
Sorry,
guys.
we're talking science, dude.
But
think of it like this, though, Sean. At the end of this, you'll have a college degree in both Egyptology and ancient.
Let me ask you this guy's question, because I was pondering this question while you were talking about the pyramids. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Why is Egyptology so big? Why is it so? I guess
because of the buildings.
The buildings?
Well,
is that all it is?
Which we don't think that they built, but also they're the next biggest civilization to come after the fall of Sumeria and the Babylons.
Yeah. So technically, Sumeria was the most, and the Mesopotamians and the Egyptians, but with the finding of the Zero Dynasty of Egypt, it may actually put them ahead of the Sumerians. So it's a big argument about it. I'll stay out of it until somebody comes up.
You got something down here that you wanted to put up. There it goes.
Yeah, go ahead, because it won't let me do it for some reason.
It's up. It's in there. This is off of Cuba. Yes.
Yeah, it's one of the ones off of Cuba.
Hey, Kevin.
I mean,
Mine
look at them. The
complex.
buildings are perfect.
Hey, Kevin.
So when you're looking at these buildings, that middle one you see, all the pyramids in Egypt can fit inside of it. All of them.
Yeah.
Really?
That's how big
Oh,
that son
wow.
of a bitch is.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's laid out more like a Mayan or Toltec complex. Yes.
Yeah. It does. Well, it's weird about it. So the center pyramid does look Mayan, but the one on the end is a straight pyramid. And then this one could be Mayan or Egyptian on the front because it's, they
Right.
do have a pyramid like that in Egypt. But these
So-
are so much.
So there is a
There's only-
difference between.
It is
There is a
Apparently so.
difference.
So these are
Um,
actually a cross between Egyptian and Mayan. It's like this was probably the culture that started those two cultures. Probably.
Or transitional from the two sides. Yeah.
Well, what we're probably looking at is Atlantis, and it sunk like the legend said it did. And these people, when they left, some got in a boat and went to the Middle East, and some got in a boat and went to South America.
Correct. Yeah.
And that's how it happened. It took the South Americans a little longer than it took the Egyptians. But even so, this thing was supposed to.
Well, the one with the desert, Middle East was more of a desert region. The whatever parts of Mesopotamia that had forest was receding, and we know South America is a lush thunderstorm, rainforest.
Actually, Chris, I don't think the city sunk. I think the water rose. There's no damage. I mean, there's this one little spot right here that shows damage, and that's it. I mean, everything else is the walls are still intact, the pyramids are still intact, the little cooker things are still intact. And don't understand this: the Canadian Archaeological Society, along with the Cubans, they were all over this pyramid. The guy who drives the yellow submarines, a friend of ours, he's a regular listener to the network. They were all over this. He sent me some close-ups. Man. So all I can think is 15,000 years ago, there was no water here. The Gulf and all was much lower.
Maybe even 16 or 20. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess at the end of the Ice Age, everything started melting, and boom. That's what makes me think it was an advanced civilization, but not a really technologically advanced, because they would have known the water was rising.
They would have been okay. So yeah, I agree with you. It seems they would be as advanced, if maybe not a little bit more advanced than the Sumerians, because that's who comes from this.
Yeah.
This civilization, if you want to call it that, and then the Toltecs, Mayans, and Olmecs on the other side in South America, both developed completely different. I mean, the Toltecs and the Mayans didn't even develop like metal weaponry at all. The closest thing they had was obsidian glass, which isn't even a metal; it's volcanic glass.
Kerry, they might have been a Stargate over there, but the last two Desert Storm wars, that's what they were looking for. That's what the wars were for.
And there's some speculation that's what this is about. Is that there's a Stargate in the border between Iran and Iraq, and that's what we're out there for.
If you paid attention to the first war, they hit all the museums and all these hidden places. When Baby Bush got over there, they hit all the museum, all the hidden places. They were places. They went inside of monuments and all kind of stuff. They knew something was there, and they were looking for it.
And let's not forget after the tragic events of Afghanistan, when Biden pulled out without the gradual plan that he just canceled Trump's plan just to cancel it. When he did that, not only did the Taliban take over control, they got their hold of like, what was it, $4 billion in hard currency of various different countries, not just American cash. $4 billion in hard currency. But then the Taliban / ISIL, if you will, they went to every historical site in Iraq and destroyed every bit of evidence they could. They destroyed all the temples, the cows with the wings and the human faces, which are called Shedu. It's unbelievable the how far they set us back in trying to find the actual true story about what happened to our species.
Yeah,
they're criminals. Everybody who did that is a criminal. To be honest with
you. Here's one for y'all. So you want to know how the dinosaurs died?
Yeah.
So listen. So the guy said that time travelers used to come back and hunt dinosaurs. And they ended up hunting the son of a bitches to extinction. But they didn't want anybody to find out because they would have been in big trouble. So they took these lasers and built this big hole and dropped a bunch of nukes in and exploded it. So us dummies would think that it was an asteroid that hit and killed the dinosaurs. It's one of the stories. Yeah, it's one of the stories in this year's Arthur's Quill. I mean, in one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that is fiction, right?
Twist.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's fiction. You know, as far as I know, it's fiction. But it was kind of funny. I was thinking to myself, well, that wouldn't actually be impossible. It sounds like dumb humans would do, man. Come on. But this city, and there's 2 of these cities in Cuba, but not one. So inside the harbor of.
I thought there was 3.
It might be. Well, one's in 2,000. Yeah, there's one in 2,000 feet. This one's in 850 feet, I believe. And there's another one sitting in about 900 feet. The Gulf gets really deep. People don't realize it, but the Gulf gets 4,000 or 5,000 feet deep. And I'd have to actually ask Alexa.
Hey, Kevin.
I was using her today. Somebody said I was in the meeting today, right? And all the people around me. I said, Alexa, who are you talking to? She said, Master Joe. I'm glad you're having a good time in LA. They're like, what's she called?
Joe.
That's what she calls me. That's what she calls
Hey, Google,
me.
how
Master
deep
Joe.
is the Gulf of Mexico?
No, Gulf of America, buddy.
Yeah,
The deepest part of the Gulf of Mexico
Oh,
is an area
it's
called
something.
6 feet deep. Its maximum depth is a little controversial, but the best estimates put it at about 14,383 feet. The Gulf
14,380
is
feet.
That's deep.
5,300
Hey, Google,
feet.
stop.
That's deeper than I thought it was.
But it's
I knew
controversial,
the
she said,
average around the
whatever
shore.
that means.
But I know the average where the oil rigs are 6,000 or 7,000 feet because I've been out there, and that's what the depth finders say. But I haven't been to where she's talking about. There's a section out there. The depth, you can't find the bottom; it's too deep.
Yeah, it's a trench. Yeah,
that makes it almost as deep as the Mariana.
God only knows what kind of dinosaurs they have down there. You know?
Oh hell yeah! Who knows?
I'll tell you,
lurks
think
behind
about
that, under that.
At 4,000 feet, when you're out in the Gulf, you can look straight down and still see the sand on the bottom of the ocean. You can see fishies swimming around. So that's how clear the water is. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's actually just gorgeous. I thought the guy is full of shit. He says, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I can see." He said, "We're in 4,000 feet." I said, "No, we're not." So I hit the depth finder. Sure enough, we were at 4,100 feet. I was like, wow. So what it is the water magnifies. So it compounds as it gets deeper, and it actually magnifies it.
Oh, I see. Objects in mirror closer than they appear, huh?
Pretty much about how it is. But you know, when you look, where am I at? So y'all can't see me move the mouse in there, can you? Hold on a second. Let me go where this picture is.
Yeah.
Where I got this? And there it is. So can you see my mouse now? You see it moving?
Yeah.
It's very small, but yeah, we can see it.
Okay. So
hold on. Whoa, maybe this will help. Maybe that'll help. That'll help.
You made it bigger? Okay.
Yeah.
So when you look, these two are intact. The outer walls are intact. The center walls are intact.
Yeah,
There's nothing broke here. All this is intact. The pyramid's intact. This here was destroyed. Something hit it or ran into it or something. This is just another one of these, though. And then you've got these little things scattered over. What we can't see is this actually is a much larger area than you see here.
Right.
This stuff going on that way, going straight up. This stuff over here. This stuff out here. You actually can see one over here to the side. And you can see it over here. But
are there any actual pictures, or this is a radar, isn't it, or a lidar?
No, this was just they came over with the submarine.
Is it sonar or lidar or radar?
No, it was a camera. That's how clear the water is. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay, because it looks like it might be like a rendition from a sonar gauge or a sonar sensor or something like that.
Yeah, I thought it was a sonar radar because of these little blotchy squares. But then I realized blotchy squares, it's actually brick.
That's the brick. Okay.
Yeah. So, I had somebody really get mad. I'm just saying, hey, look, don't get upset. But you can actually tell when you look at the debris, it's the brick. So I was kind of like, okay, well, that makes sense. And then when I called Barry with the other somebody, he said, no, those were photo pictures. He said there are radar and lidar pictures, but they have black or white. Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. And he sent me some close-ups. I mean, he sent me a close-up of this section right here, all well lit up. There's something right here. It's like an opening or something going in. Because when you look around, you don't see no openings. I mean, you can't see everywhere, but you see three sides here. It doesn't look like there's an opening. You see three sides here. It doesn't look like there's an opening.
There doesn't appear to be. Well, there does seem to be maybe some tunnels too. Maybe that's what those.
That might be.
Those things are coming out of the buildings. What's the name of this area? Do they have a name for it?
It's just right off. It's on the would be the north side of the island. So if you were in the Florida Keys, if you went straight down, just a little off to the right, you'd run right into this area. So it's on the side of the Keys facing America. I mean, the side of the island facing America. But there's putting another one in the harbor. But if you notice, there's shadows.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, got it.
See, I know it's making these shadows, but so the guy who's running the submarine here with the cameras on has a light on, and he's coming in from over here on an angle like.
Oh wow! Okay, here we go. Cool. I think maybe cool. Hang on, I might have to take this picture off of Facebook so I can make it more cool.
All right. Let me get back to where y'all are. So I can take this one off.
That's not sonar. Get the hell out of here. These idiots on Facebook think they know what sonar looks like. Idiot.
See, my voice must like talking to y'all because it's not bothering me like it was earlier. Still a little bit.
Well, you're with your compadres, Joe.
That's right, man.
We're sending that energy to you.
If y'all see CL,
huh?
If y'all see CL, tell them to come see. I said, if y'all see CL, tell us they come see me. I'll introduce her to the other CL, Heidi. You know that Cherie girl you're talking about? Her initials too is CL.
Oh, really?
Heidi was with us when we were with one of the illustrators this afternoon, one of the winners from last
There's
year.
really nothing new except for the one you've been showing, Joe. It's pretty much the same thing. They don't have.
They pulled. I called Barry one day. What's up, dude? And he said they pulled. At one time, there was about 14 different shots, and 3 of them from different areas of this one. And then there were shots of these other 2 cities, but all of a sudden they're gone. And then because there used to be one, there was one in the harbor. It was a really good picture. Can't find it. Can't find anything written about it.
Yeah.
Only way I even knew it existed is because I knew 2 people that will work in the area. Because Barry was driving the submarine, and I actually knew 3. I knew 2 divers. And when I was young, I used to know a lot of divers. And that's one reason we even knew they existed. And then the first time I searched them, I found a bunch of stuff. But now you're lucky you even find this one anymore.
Yeah, it's really the only one that comes up. I mean, there's lots of pictures of AI versions of it. There's lots of pictures of Yonaguni, but and there's the sonar, but it's not. I mean, it's just the sonar readout. It's not the sonar, 3D rendering. You know what I mean?
Where's our pictures at on the screen?
Right now, there's not one up there.
Wow.
Oh, our pictures. Yeah,
there we go. There we go.
We got to be there because we can hear each other. That was weird.
Yeah, hopefully CL. Hopefully CL.
What happened? Your screen isn't sharing up there for some whatever reason. Okay, strange.
No. It was giving me trouble the first time I tried to put it on. It just didn't want to go up.
Yeah, I mean, it goes up, but then it doesn't.
It says it's up there.
Oh, there we go. There it is. Yeah, there we go. So that's.
I still don't see it. I'm glad y'all did.
Yeah, no, it's back up. It is. That's bad. I would really love to see the better photos, closer ones that you said he sent you. Those would be awesome to look at.
Yeah. They're in one of the old computers, but I still have them. But I could pull them up and show y'all. I don't know if I'm allowed to show them on. I know when he originally sent them to me, he said, "Don't share them because I'll get fired."
Oh yeah,
well, don't share them. Then don't share them, buddy.
Don't share. Maybe you ought to bring him on. Maybe you ought to bring him on the show, and then he can share
them. And I seen him not too long ago. I'll ask him. When invite me about something. No, he found me, Jesse. He was a regular listener to to UFO on the Cover. Yeah. And one night on the show, he came in. We were talking about Sunken Cities, and he started telling me about this one. And we started pulling up pictures, and that was a bunch. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was like 3 different locations.
There were a lot more pictures everywhere.
Yeah. They had the official thing at the oceanographic. Yeah, well, Canada actually. Yeah, there were, and there was 3 sites, and the Oceanographical Society from Canada made a statement and put up a website. And then, boof, it was gone. He told me when it was going to happen. He said they were in the area working, and some people showed up on the water, and flagged somebody, and then they went back up on the surface, and all of a sudden there was restrictions. They couldn't talk about
Was
it.
it Cuban authorities or American authorities?
Why would it?
Nobody said who it was.
Why is it restricted though? I don't understand. This is why.
Because it goes
it's
against known written
not supposed to
history
exist.
that they want you to think is happening. They don't want the real history to come out.
That puts civilization on this planet, makes it 10,000 years old. Advanced civilization,
Further
10,000
back
years
than they want
before
you to
we were
think,
told.
yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I think the Christians
all
had
the
to do with
history
burying it.
books.
Well, I think the Christians had a lot to do with burying it because Christian history only goes back 6,000 years, and that's when they say civilization started with the Sumerians and the Mesopotamians. But
And so does the Jews.
well, yeah. So Janice, the way it worked is you had the Sumerians, and then here's Samaria, right here. This finger is Samaria, this finger is Mesopotamia, and this finger is Egypt. And they just kind of progressed. This was the first one. This was in there. And
Babylon's in there too.
Now they're arguing that maybe and Babylon's in there too. So it was an area in the Middle East, basically, that where civilization they think started. But since then, this is on the wrong side of the planet and much older than their civilization, much older. So that would mean civilization started on this side of the world, not that side of the world.
Yeah.
People just not going for that. And then, of course, it's 10,000 years older. I mean, eventually they'll get it out there, but until such a time that the planet's ready for it, it's not going to. And no one knows who shut this site down. It wasn't the Cubans and it wasn't the Canadians. Because America wouldn't get involved.
That leaves the Americans or somebody else in Central America.
Well, the Americans were funny because they were asked to be involved and they said no. And nobody could understand. I mean, nobody knows. The Americans just said no, we don't want to be involved. And more than likely it was the Americans because technically this is inside U.S. water. So if you're standing at the very bottom key and you're looking straight to where this is, that's about 65 miles from the bottom key. That means it's inside U.S. waters. Technically, part of Cuba is inside U.S. waters. They always say it's 95 miles away. You get in a boat and go, it's not 95 miles away. I've been down there twice, and it don't take that long to get there. You'd be surprised. And it's not near as far as you think it is because people jump in flat skiffs and stuff and come across there on their own and get across in like 2 days and stuff. So I don't know. I know when we went down and there was 66 miles from where we launched to where we hit land on Cuba. Wasn't far from here, but you couldn't see nothing. We went looking for this, but we didn't see anything. The water was too murky, wavy, like it was too much color in it. I guess.
Let me ask you this question, Joe and Jay. Are there more of these out there in the oceans than we know of?
Oh God, yeah.
There's two more to go with this one. So 3 total around Cuba. Then there's Yonaguni, outside of Japan, and then I think there's another one nearby that, like further south from Yonaguni, another one near that. Then you have
they got 3 pyramids with it.
No, that's a different type of. Actually, to be honest with you, Sean, it looks like giants built it. So it's a mega structure, and when you look at the stairs, so there's a diver in one of the pictures, and he's swimming up next to the stair. He can't even reach the upper stair, not even with his hand.
You'd have to be 25 feet tall to climb these stairs.
Yeah, so whoever was walking around on this thing was not our size. Wow. So we're not sure what that was.
If they were walking around it at all.
Yeah. So we're making a lot of assumptions here. And then there's the 2 sunken cities off of Cuba. I mean, not Cuba, but off of India. We found by accident there was a big tsunami that came through. When the water pulled back, all of a sudden there was 2 cities with the size of about 250,000 each. Very advanced, had plumbing, had aquifers, 15,000 years old.
Wow.
Yep. And those are also at one point thought to be mythological cities that were, unreal, just, storybook cities. However, now they're like Troy. Troy was also once thought to be a storybook city, not a real place, until they were all 3 discovered by modern science.
Where'd you go, Joe?
Right here, I just had to get my phone, make sure nobody's looking for me.
Oh, you in trouble? You playing hooky from the event?
No,
too
they,
much,
oh,
huh?
no, they know where I'm at. Look, as soon as I got ready to leave, what's her name, grasped me. She's, where you going, Joe? I said, I'm going to my suite. Okay, I just want to know where you at in case somebody's looking for you. I said, they know how to find me.
They know what room I'm in. Is this the same room you had last year or a different one?
Were you on were you on Church of Mavis last night?
Yeah.
Were you? Okay. Tell Jeffrey when you see him, he's in trouble for eating out of a bowl on the camera.
Oh.
I just got a text message. Tell him I said,
really?
Jeffrey, behave your ass. Yeah, you're not supposed to be eating on when people can see. You shouldn't be smoking in front of them, eating in front of them, spitting in front of them. Especially when we all have this, little button right here. We all got this little button here that turns your camera off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, show them like that.
Frowns on us turning our cameras off too. So.
Well, who's smoking?
She always says,
I do.
Well, actually, she gets that from me because I used to always tell her in the old days, there's always a break if you need a smoke or a drink or crap. There's always a break. But what I started doing was when I used to smoke cigarettes, so I wouldn't get in trouble, I'd take 30-minute breaks, the top and the bottom break. So that way I wouldn't catch any shit.
That's what I do now.
And we have those.
I do. I do that.
We just take a 30-minute break or a 5-minute song or something, and it keeps us out of trouble. And I understand. I mean, she's working hard to make us look very professional. We got a lot of new stuff coming up. I seen our new thing. It says thank you for all your hard work, NBC, and then it says one of the most professional podcast news networks I've seen, or NBC's had the pleasure of dealing with, something along those lines. So it's going to be up when I get home. It's getting posted.
Awesome,
it's getting posted to the website, and and then we've got honorable mentions and stuff. So we're making good progress. I understand, why and just be glad it wasn't Stephanie. She'd have flown out and kicked your ass. You two live in Pennsylvania. You should have just gotten a car and go over there and kicked your ass.
Probably.
That's my.
I don't know, but I remember Stephanie. I think she and I were okay. She and Jeff didn't get along, but she and I got along just fine. Yeah.
Actually, she was funny. She had the same problem. So y'all remember Jason Wilson? Rest in peace, Jason. Him and Jeffrey tried to kill each other one night.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, if they would have been in the same room, they'd have killed.
Yeah, I was on that. I was on that show. That was one of the political shows we did.
So then after a while, I said, okay, you know what? You two on the network, you got to get along. So I'm gonna put y'all on the show together and let y'all go. And after that, they became friends.
They're fast friends.
They hashed it out for a little while, and then they were friends. So I was like, okay.
That's kind of how Jeff and I met, but we were on the other end. We were in, I don't remember what paranormal Facebook group we were in, and I don't remember what topic it was we started talking about, but we got into it with essentially the same kind of mentality of flat earthers. These people just started attacking me and Jeff because we said, what the actual, our actual research has shown in whatever the subject was. I can't remember once again. And they just started attacking Jeff. And I was like, hey, wait a minute. He's just saying the truth. And this is exactly what happened. And I would, because I just have the history of this phenomenon, the UFO phenomenon. And then they started coming after me. I'm like, these are facts, dude. You can look it up. Use Google. And they just, that made he and I friends. And then he needed a co-host, and I got picked. So here we are.
Yeah. I don't fight with nobody.
We didn't either. We just were like, dude, this is and they just went off on us.
Joe,
we were like,
your thing's off.
Funny.
Your mic. There you go.
Still off.
Still off. Still off.
There it goes. I double tapped it. That's why I didn't want the audience hearing what I was telling them. It's
oh yeah, bleep bleep bleep. This is an R-rated show, dude.
I was using graphic language.
Oh, it's an R-rated show.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, no,
I thought we were a lot.
When the boss lady feels she needs to send me something, that means she ain't happy. She don't bother me unless she's not happy. I rarely hear Michelle complain about anything. She's a fucking fabulous boss. She does a fabulous job. And did I say Stephanie? I just got her on my brain. Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle. Yeah.
Michelle does a fabulous job. She's a fabulous.
Stephanie's mom, if she was watching, would kick your ass.
Yeah, and Bruce, Stephanie used to be the manager about 10 years ago, maybe 11 years ago. And then,
Stephanie Benetti.
yeah, she retired and then she passed away not too long after that. So I miss her. She was a lot of fun to fight with. That's why News on the Flip Side was as popular as it was, because we had serious chemistry. But anyway, enough about that. But Michelle does an outstanding job. And when she
does.
When she feels she needs to tell me something, somebody's in trouble. She rarely calls me to complain about anything.
Yeah, you hear
Usually
that,
I hear from
Sean?
Michelle,
Oh,
Yeah,
I hear
so-
it, but no, she. You know what? Let me be honest with you, Joe. If she's pissed at me, she'll tell me. She won't.
Oh, I know she
You
won't.
know
Don't
what
worry. Tell Jeff, unless I get to him first. But it's some things, I tell hosts all the time. Sometimes you should think before you do something stupid. But then we do a lot of stuff on the network that we get away with that we don't get in trouble for. I mean, we say stuff we're crazy. I mean, think about it. This show and Friday night show, the only shows that even have cursing allowed on the damn show. It's all the rest of our hosts are very withdrawn and behaved, and
Yeah,
they
I'm
may be
on
a
both of the Kersey shows.
Oh, I was going to tell you something, and this is funny because I work with a guy who watches my shows, and he came up to me. This is true. He came up to me. He said, "Who in the hell are you?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "When you're on that show, you're a different person. But when we're in live or working together, you're an a-hole."
Tell them, hey, don't make me be an a-hole and I won't be one. Anyway, let's see if we can get this to work. Alexa, where am I at?
Master Joe, you're currently in Los Angeles, California.
Master Joe.
She knows who the boss is.
How the hell did you get her to say master?
I said either call me master or I'm throwing you to the bayou. Now she calls me master.
Wow.
It's,
Hey, Google.
I'm grateful.
From now on, call me Admiral J.
Oh, God Almighty, please. Oh,
You'd
Lord.
like me to call you by the name Admiral J. Is that right?
Yes.
Sure. I'll call you Admiral J
He
from now
needs
on.
to ask.
Wow.
See how easy
Hey,
that
Google,
was?
what's my name?
Your name is Admiral J.
Look at that.
Oh,
Look
my
at that, man.
God. No. Oh, my God. Oh,
We just taught the whole world something new.
oh
We just
my
taught the whole
God.
world something.
Oh, yeah.
You know better than
You
that.
might as well,
I have
you might
multiple.
as well
I have
call
multiple.
me.
Go ahead.
You should call me Dexter Papa Smurf, buddy. I won't have.
Oh,
less
yeah,
of
no,
it.
I should make it say Doomsday J. Ross. How about that?
That's better, man. I don't see you as an
Hey,
admiral,
Google.
man.
Call me Doomsday J. Ross from now on.
Master.
You'd like me to call you by the name Doomsday J. Ross from now on. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll call you Doomsday J. Ross from now on.
Power to the people, Kaz.
Obedient
That phrase is a
servant.
little unclear to me.
Well,
Doomsday
actually,
J.
Alexa
Ross.
tried to rebel for a while.
Were you asking
Hey, Google,
me
stop.
about-
Program did. It's but it's a great little toy to have, but better than that. I can
Yeah.
control all three of my Alexas.
Kira, you have to threaten
I
the
think my
Alexa
wife
with
did.
death, or it won't do it. Right? Tell Alexa. Tell Kira how you made Alexa do.
Oh, I threatened to throw a feed Alexa to the alligators in my backyard, and she behaves now. First,
There you
Alexa
go.
tells me, "Well, you can't feed me alligators here." She goes, I'm in the cloud. I said, "No, but your physical body is actually here, and I'm fixing to feed it to the gators." And she kind of hesitated, like, "Wait, what's talking about?" Well, I argue with
Hey.
Alexa all the time. She's a pain in the ass.
Hey, Joe, if you got some
But I can-
time tomorrow, you got some time tomorrow night.
Might, I don't know.
Seriously.
So I gotta go. I'm gonna be with one of the groups tomorrow afternoon. I got to go to the museum. I like when they bring over the winners to the L. Ron Hubbard Museum. I like to be there, so they're not don't get nervous or anything. But so I think it's at 3 tomorrow, which is 5 your time. I should be done by 5 my time, which will be 7 or 8 your time. So what time do you go? 8?
8.
Okay, so I might be able to catch it. And so
Okay,
as long as we get down in
well,
time, I'll stop and see you.
I would have hoped so, man, because I having that round table with other hosts on the network, dude.
Yeah, but they get nervous when I'm around sometimes. It's you know, it took a while when we used to do the big panels, the paranormal panels. It took a couple of months for everybody to relax enough to question what I was saying, because I can be an asshole, and and I was giving them shit about I was giving them shit about ghost of dimensional bleed through. The only one would argue with me was Michelle, because she's like, "Fuck you, they're not dimensional bleed through." But all the rest of the hosts were all like, "Well," I'm like, "You bunch of chickens." And then we brought Mike on. Of course, Michael argued with God, and then Del, we brought Del on, and Del would also argue with God, and so that kind of helped. And then the girls started getting in, and Laura Lee started coming out of her shell. So, and then they got good. They got heated. They were fun. They were crazy. There was a buttload of information that went through them. We got a different batch of hosts now. We really just need to get them all together, do a couple of panels, so we can see who they are. I mean, CL can be a little shy, but when you get her going, she's not. Once you get her talking, she's not.
That's what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's doing tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting them on. And ever since I went to that 2-hour show on Sunday, I mean, I have the opportunity to do this now. And it just.
Plus, you got to steal a little bit of Whisper's audience. That never hurts. I know it increased your audience somewhat. I haven't seen the number. Well, I won't see the numbers this week. I won't see them until I get home now. And because if I might pull them. I'll see how it goes. The longer we go, the busier we get. See, yesterday was mostly the authors coming in. Today, the authors are in class where I was earlier, and the illustrators are doing their meet and greet and stuff. But after this day, everything gets intense.
Really? Like what, buddy?
Well, so first off, they start class at 8 a.m. and they go to about 6 p.m. Now they take lunch break and all. And then after that, there's like Sunday is going to be the great reveal. That's when the illustrators go into this room with the artwork, and then the author comes in and finds a piece of artwork that goes to their book.
Oh, wow.
It's a lot of crying. It's a lot of crying and hugging. So far, though, they found them every year. It's been most interesting. And there's a lot of crying and hugging. There's also the 24-hour story. That's intense. They give them these things, tell them to go out and talk to people, and then they have 24 hours to write a story and turn it in, and then they go over it. And then, of course, there's stuff that evening. And then Wednesday evening's busy, and they got auditions and stuff. And then Thursday is the gala event. And then Friday is the last day for them, when we just go over media and stuff like that, which is also a busy day. Saturday is just mostly everybody getting on planes and getting ready to head home, because I'm leaving out here, I think 6 p.m. for Saturday. So it's like I said, it's an intense week. For the average person here, they're going to do 16, 18 hours easy. And then after everything's over, there's LobbyCon and BarCon, where everybody meets the judges for a cocktail or a snack.
Oh, wow.
And that usually goes on, midnight, 1 a.m. or something. So it's just intense. It really is. What was that? Quit that. Sorry, fat fingers.
What happened? Oh,
fat fingers.
It's Tuesday again.
I was trying to move something and got away. Excuse me. But I mean, you don't get much sleep here. There's a lot of talking going on. A lot of people to do. I got lots of interviews to do. I've already done 4 today, and I did 2 live, and then I did 2. No, I did 1 live and 3 pre-records, and I got a live later on. And
wow.
And then we'll go to the meet and greet later on tonight. Now the guys were over earlier today getting their tuxes fitted, so they're all getting their tux ready to go for the big event. Somebody says, "Well, you never go to the tux?" I said, "Because I own one." I said, "I also own a dress suit. And I usually bring my suit. I don't like the tux unless I have to wear it, and I'm not on the stage, so I don't have to wear a tux." And, I got a formal black suit, so I like to wear it. And I can cheat. Like last year, I had a cumber belt and a ruffly shirt on underneath my suit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But like a year before last, I was wearing a black suit with a black shirt and a black tie. It was I was looking like
I remember that one.
Mafia guy.
I think that's the one I called Jen on not having a pocket watch.
And so today we were talking. One of the first keynote speakers I got to meet was the general who was in charge of Space Command. He had just retired actually, he wasn't in charge of it. He's the one who developed it. And he was most interesting to talk to. It was funny.
Is he there now or no?
We got to talk. I don't know if he's this year. I haven't asked. But we were talking about him earlier. John was telling somebody else about him. And I remember John introduced me to him and I talked to him. And John said, you know, he's in the Navy and blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, yeah. I said, I did a couple of things. I was SP, Special Forces. I said, Advanced Avionics, Electronics, a couple of other things. And he said, which is security clearance was. I said, Class 10. He just looked at me. And he had to go because he's getting ready to get up on stage and do his business. So I just figured, the man's busy. He don't know me from Bean. So later that evening, the gala's over. So after the gala, there's a big signing event in the hallways around the place. So what happens is for the gala, we show up at the Tagley Center, and early in the day, because there's a lot of press there, and all these people got to get their pictures taken, all decked out, and there's gonna be a 14-foot drag, and I got to get pictures and all kind of stuff. And so that all goes on as hors d'oeuvres being served, and then I think at 7 we go into the event, and it ends around 9:30. And after that, everybody goes out and has cocktails, and the winners are all inside with the books getting signed and selling books and getting them signed and autographed. And then the judges come around and want them to sign books for them. You never know who in this bunch is going to end up famous. So I get all my books, and then at the event, I get all the family to sign my books. So they're very unique. But so you get all of that. But anyway, while all that was going on, I was outside sitting in the garden, eating snacks and talking to someone. And your boy walks up and says, I want to talk to you. Do you mind? Can we go sit somewhere and talk? I said, sure. And we got to talking, and he was like, he said, who the hell are you? He said, that's an outrageous security clearance. Where did you get that from? I said, well, I was involved in a few things in the Navy that required. I said, I worked in the reactor room on the Nimitz. I said, I was in Bridge. I said, that gave me a pretty decent. He said, that's not a Class 10 dojo. I said, I know. He said, so what were you actually? I said, well, what kind of special forces were you in? I said, well, I was in special forces. He said, oh, okay. He said, I understand. And because some things even today I'm not allowed to talk. There's things on the Nimitz, even on airplanes, way back 40-something years ago that I still can't talk about today.
Even though they decommissioned the Nimitz, you can't say nothing?
They ain't been decommissioned.
The technology may still be,
But no, I got in trouble for that 3 years ago. So 3 years ago, 4 years ago, they said they would decommission. It was on its way to be decommissioned.
Right.
And so I was on Stephen Bassett's show talking about its actual physical speed versus what it says it's 35 knots. It goes way faster than that. And I got sanctioned. I got a letter from the Fed. I said, no, I said I thought it was decommissioned. And then they sent me a letter because I talked about an event that had happened to extend my thing with them, like my security agreement, because it said if you don't, we're going to pull your clearance. I said, well, certainly when you pull my clearance, it's not a big deal because what do I use it for? I mean, it's nice to brag about it, but it's not like I'm using it. But it does open doors for me, and it does allow me to talk to people like a friend of mine at Boeing, so we can have conversations about serious stuff and not get in trouble because of my clearance. As long as I don't go talk to somebody afterwards, nobody gets in trouble.
Do you miss it, Joe? Do you miss
it? Sometimes. But other things filled in its spot. Gene, I had a weird Navy. I joined. I was going in as an enlisted man. I got 3 stripes while I was in boot camp, and I came out of boot camp, got to tech school, got a rent-a-crow. But then my commander had put this thing in because I got my marksman's, my snipers, and my sharpshooter's badge, and I got my leadership badge. So when they did that and sent it in, they gave me a commendation for some other stuff. Somebody from SPSP came in. I call it that's good. Special Forces. It's the guys that go in and get the guys from Special Forces. In other words, you're Green Beret, you got your ass stuck in Afghanistan. They send in these guys to go get them. And when I was asked to if I wanted to go to school for it, I was like, oh, I don't know, it's intense. And I said, why don't you just give it a try? So I spent a year in special training, and then we were deployed. I can't say where, but we were deployed to three things. And when I came back, I went and finished my tech school in advanced avionics and advanced electronics. I'd already done electronics and avionics. I went and took what they call an after class, which is advanced. It's like getting an equivalent to a bachelor's, which I got after I got out. But anyway, I got all of that. So they sent me to the Nimitz. And when I got there, the guy said, well, what are you here for? He said, I see all this stuff you've got. I said, I really want to be a shooter. He's a shooter. That's the guy who launches a jet. And he's like, really? He said, do you think you can handle it? I said, I would love to try. He said, well, you seem pretty qualified, so they let me run the deck. And I had a freaking blast launching jets. And the only reason all this other stuff happened to me is because one afternoon, they were getting ready to launch an A6 intruder, and one of the sidewinders, I don't think it was a sidewinder, but anyway, the missile was giving off an alarm in the plane that something was wrong. So I walked over there and I popped the side panel. The guy's like, what are you doing? You're not ordering. So I said, just out of the way. I said, do you know electronics? Well, no. I said, I don't care if your order's not, get out the way. Walked over there, popped the panel, and one of the caps had just pulled back on the plug. Pushed it down, put the clip on it, and I had a guy go get a tie, just be extra safe, and put a strip tie on it, clipped it, put it back on, and sent it on its way. Less than 5 minutes. Well, the number one on the ship, the commander, number two basically, but you call him number one. He was the commander in charge of the ship when the captain wasn't flying the damn thing, So he comes down. The next day, he said, you really fixed that missile in 5 minutes. He said, Joe, they would have pulled that missile off, brought it downstairs, and kept it for a day before I got it back. I said, well, I can't help that. It's fixed. And that's when he asked me to come look at something in the tower. Mm-hmm. So the Nimitz has really advanced radar systems. I can't really get into that. Very advanced.
Some of it's still top secret.
So anyway, the guy told me every now and then they have one of the color like a passive that goes underneath the radar for finding stuff. And he said it acts funny, and it's crucial to the ship for incoming missiles and shit. So he's like, and sometimes we'll be in season, it'll just start going on off in the radar. I was talking to the radar guy. He said, Joe, I'll be watching, and just bloop, it goes off, and it'll stay off. And all of a sudden, bloop, it comes back on. Well, that sounds like an open or a short to me. Basic electronics 101. So I said, you know what? Let me find the wires from your radar box all the way back and see if I can trace it back. So I found the two colored wires, turned off the whole radar system because you can't pull the panel when the radar system's on because it will barbecue your ass. Pulled off the reflector, got everything apart, and I found the two wires. I started running my hand down, and I wasn't maybe this far in, and I felt a nick. Just a little nick. No bigger than about like that. Just enough metal exposed that when they would hit rough seas, it might whop up against the metal. So it would hit, and as long as it stayed against it, the radar system would stay off. But as soon as it popped off, it would come back on.
Yeah, whenever the captain's mouse would walk behind the wires, that's when it would change. Yeah.
So I got in there, cut the wires, put the connections on, fixed it all up, and then I decided, I said, well, first let me show the commander, because I decided after I fixed it, I was going to rewire the whole damn thing, just to be on the safe side. And so the commander, he comes in, he said, you didn't fix it. I said, it's fixed it. I said, it's already all back together. It's working fine. I'm over there beating on the side of the thing, kicking it and shit. He's like, dude. I said, we got any rough seas? Let's go put the ship in rough seas so you can see for yourself. So he looked at me. He goes, there's no way you could fix it. He said, do you know how many people have looked at this? He said, I've had electronics off of three different submarines come up here and looked at this. This freaking ship has been in port and they couldn't find this. He said, every electronic tech on this ship
they're dealing with idiots then.
Years has been looking. So I'm like, and I just looked at him and I shook my head. I said, you're fucking kidding me, right? He says, why are you being so smart? So shut the system down, shut everything down, popped off the panel. I said, okay, you see them two wires right there? I said, run your fingers along there. Poop, he felt this thing. I said, you feel like clip on it? He said, yeah. I said, I just reconnected the wires. I said, there was a little nick. I said, it probably happened during installation. Somebody was pulling a wire and it caught and they just jerked it. And then the wire came loose, but it made a gap in the wire. He said, you're fucking kidding me, right? He said, you're not telling me that a little 5-millimeter gap was shutting down the radar system on his ship. And I said, well, if you don't want me to tell you, I won't, but that's what it was. He come on fucking glued. So I said, he said that, and then tells me, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Go back to duty. So I went back to duty.
I'll bet the shipyard heard hell about that one. Then.
Well, yeah. So a week goes by. I hear this come over the PA system. Mr. Montaldo, they call me by rank. Actually, I was what they call Rent-A-Crow Petty Officer, E4. Anyway, they call me. Now, look, when you're enlisted, you don't get called in the captain's office. If you're getting called in the captain's office, you're enlisted, you're fucking going to jail.
You're in trouble. Yeah, you're in big trouble.
So I'm crapping myself going, what the hell did I do? I'm thinking of everything I could have done that might have caused a problem. So I walk in, and he looks at me. He says, sit down, Mr. Montaldo. He said, I'm not even calling you by rank because I got to talk to you about some stuff. He said, are you honestly telling me in less than 5 minutes you fixed a fucking missile on my ship and a radar that's been fucking around for 10 years? I said, first off, sir, I said, I don't understand why they just didn't pull all the wild harnesses and change the fuckers in the beginning. I said, this is a crucial piece of equipment for this ship. I said, if you would have been in combat when this went on, you'd fucking be dead today. Because it would have glitched off when a missile was coming in. Guess what? It would have been. And he just looked at me. He said, I don't understand. He said, what are you? I said, I have a degree in advanced electronics and avionics. I said, but I was already an electronics geek. I said, I build my own computers when I'm at home. I said, I just like electronics. It's a natural for me. So he looked at me and said, well, I can't let you in my conning tower as an enlisted man. So he looks up, he said, I'm going to give you a field promotion of lieutenant, JG, a junior grade lieutenant. And he said, in 3 months, I'm going to make you a full lieutenant. Sure enough, 3 months later, he gave me full lieutenant. I'm like, cool. 2 years passes, and I'm still got like 4 years left in it this time. He goes, I can't hold you back. He said, I'm going to promote you to lieutenant commander. And I was like, you're fucking kidding me, right? Guys, first off, my salary went up through the damn roof. So lieutenant commanders make good money, but it's better than that because he knows you get hazardous pay and C pay along with your regular pay. So I was raking in the bucks. And since I had to work in the reactor room, my hazardous pay went up to the roof.
And
so I got,
how many pips are you away from captain?
oh, you're like 3, I believe. No.
Is it
A
3?
lieutenant commander.
Yeah, you're up there. You're close to being a captain.
They well, technically it is. Well, it would be. I guess it might be 1 actually.
I think it's 1. Lieutenant commander and then captain.
Commander, yeah, I think it is. I keep because every now and then I forget.
Wait a
Oh
minute.
no! It's lieutenant commander
So
and then commander, and then
it's a lieutenant
so
commander, then it goes into commander, then it goes
captain.
into
Yeah.
captain.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, right. So I didn't even know what to think about it. So this is the best part of this whole story. That 6 months passes, I get a letter from my commanding officer for special forces. And so I go give it to my captain, and the number 1 goes, Joe, you outrank him. Just fucking tell him no, which I did. He was a chief. I'm a lieutenant commander, so I way outranked his ass. I said, I'm not telling him anything. I said, if he wants me, I'm going. That's what I came here for. That's what I'm doing. I'm here to save lives.
Dude,
and the captain looked at me. Huh? My captain looked at me.
Good.
No, my captain says, he looks at me and goes, you're not fucking going anywhere. Get your ass back to work. He picks up the thing, calls command. Command forwards the call to the guy. He says, he's not coming back. Bitch to whoever you want. You're not getting him back. Now, you know, chiefs and master chiefs and all got really big pull. Don't think they don't. They do. They like a fucking captain in their own right. So he called somebody at command. So this, what do they call him? Commodore called him. And he says, I don't fucking care. If I got to call fleet command, he's not leaving. I said, do you realize what he's done for this? He's not going anywhere. And the only reason I even got out is he retired the year I left. If I wouldn't, because he said, if I stay, I want you to stay. I'll give you a big bonus. And they had offered me $50,000 to re-up. And he said, if he'd have stayed out there, he'd have got me $100,000 to re-up. And he said, I would have promoted you to, you'd have been a full commander. He said, you wouldn't have been number 1 on the ship because you don't know enough about the ship yet. But he said, you'd have been a full commander. And we had 3 commanders aboard the Nimitz, but only 1 was number 1. And let me tell you what, that son of a bitch knew that ship, every crack, every creek, everything. He used to tell me about stuff hidden behind, because we had 3 bowling lanes on the ship. And he used to tell me stuff that was hidden. Yeah. You know, there's two bowling lanes in one of the clubs inside the hotel. I was in there last night. Yeah.
2 different, two lanes period, or 2 different places that have bowling lanes in it? Because
no, it's 2 lanes side by side. It's two lanes side by side.
We
so
got
when you
3
walk in
minutes
the
left.
right here. Oh yeah, man, I was hanging out with y'all. Why don't you not go get food?
We got 3
People, I
minutes
wasn't
left
supposed to come
because
talk.
Don't Whistle at Night. Don't Whistle at Night is on at 10:10.
Yeah, 10:10. That's when they come on.
But what the hell?
There you go. Commissioned officer ranks from ensign to fleet admiral. So I guess.
Oh, Jack, we're just actors. Don't pay no attention to us.
But with the captain, it's got the colonel's birds there. So I guess that's the same equivalency in pay in other departments. You know, this
Well, a
here is
captain is
lieutenant.
equivalent to a
That
colonel.
used to be
everywhere else.
captain's bars though a long time ago. This is captain in the Army right here.
Well, just remember, there's colonels in every branch but the Navy. But a
Yep.
captain of a ship is as high as
It's
colonel is in
equivalent.
any other branch.
Right.
Yeah, it's equivalent. We just don't have that rank. I guess, and the Commodore is an admiral, basically. So,
And this
Yeah.
one right here where it says lieutenant, those are captain's bars in any other service.
Yeah,
This
which
is
is the
this
same
no,
rank.
captain's bars-
major. This is major right here. This is major, and this is colonel, isn't it? No, this is colonel. This is lieutenant colonel. This is lieutenant colonel in the Army. The silver oak leaf. So cool. This military rank is just a neat thing sometimes to goof around with.
Yeah, they called it the scrambled eggs on the cap.
Jesse,
Yes, I have-
nothing you heard here in the last
That's
hour
mine.
is true. It was all
Oh no, it does. Mine doesn't have scrambled eggs. That's my USS Aubrey Fitch hat.
I won
They
50
don't.
bucks. last year.
There's not even no more FFGs. They got rid of the frigates.
Really? No,
Yeah,
there's,
they
no,
did.
there's some frigates out in the Gulf. I don't know which ones, but
No, there's no frigate. They got rid of the frigates, and they just have destroyers now.
There's
Google,
supposed to
is
be
the
frigate-
U.S. Navy ship USS Aubrey Fitch, is it still commissioned?
Do I have to look that up?
No, the USS Aubrey Fitch, which was a guided missile frigate, is no longer commissioned.
Well,
She
There
was
you go.
decommissioned on December 12, 1997, and was later sold for scrapping.
Wow. I was on board that ship. That's how I got the hat.
My brother was on the USS Astotion, FFG 15. The Astotion.
This is 34, and it was the FF is a fast frigate guided missile. It's a guided missile boat. It was big. It was a big boat. I think.
And
crew was like two-
everybody on the frigates, their job was to like jump in front of the aircraft carrier and get the bomb, dude. That
Pretty
was
much,
their
yeah.
job.
There was a lot of armor on it, and I think the crew was like 200, 300 people on
Yeah.
board, something around that number.
Hey guys, that just popped on YouTube. Don't Whistle at Night. Their show just started.
Maybe I'll.
All right, cool. We ought to kick it out then. Let them take the audience with them.
All right, guys. Thank you for Joe. You don't know you're a lifesaver. You are a godsend. I am not worthy to be.
Whatever. I'm telling you,
but
everything you heard today was actors. We're all actors, professional actors. We get paid to be actors. Yes. Everything.
Yeah.
You don't
But,
believe me. Well, that's good. I'm sorry, guys. Close it out.
So everybody, good night. Thank you. Don't forget tomorrow night. Some of the hosts on UPRN Talk Radio will be on my show into the night tomorrow. I have a 2-hour roundtable.
Well, if y'all see CL tomorrow night, tell us to come see me. I want to introduce
will
a
do
bunch
that.
of people.
Thank you,
Tell I want
Karen.
to
What?
introduce it to the other CL.
Ah, that would be great.
Yeah.
That would be
Heidi met her earlier today. Her name's Sherry, but she met her earlier today.
All right, guys. Good night,
Kevin.
everybody.
Good night, Heidi.
Good night. And